Buenos días.
Morning, good morning. Happy Saturday.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I missed a good one last night. I replayed this morning. I was like, oh, Monique was cooking. Y'all, everybody was cooking. Auntie Shaky was cooking. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good
It
morning.
was it was it was chef's
Yeah,
kiss yesterday.
yesterday was good. Yeah.
Oh man. I was like, oh man, I missed a good one. Miss Karen was cooking.
Everyone was cooking.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize I had the thing on. Here I am.
Good. Well, I'm glad you got to go back and replay it.
Yes.
We
It
could.
was family time. I spent some time with the son and the daughter playing, kicking a butt and pool. So had to, yeah. But I looked at the clock top. I planned to attend and I looked at it's like, oh my God, time just flew.
But that's wonderful.
So
Where you were supposed to be.
yeah.
Where you're supposed. That's the whole thing about coming, whether it's in the groups that we have, or even on a Saturday, opportunities, so to speak. The whole point is to come here, this day, these days, so that we are better when we're not here. It's not to just be here every time. It's to be here enough where not only we're better everywhere else we go, but we're not going to be here forever. This is here for us to remember who we are, to be here long enough for us to remember who we are so that when we leave, we remember. And then there'll be a point where we don't come back, where we're just out there, but you're out there doing your own class. Karen's doing her own class. And it doesn't mean class officially or formally. It just means that your light is shining.
Mm,
People can that you are the salt of the earth, the candle that lights up the whole house, the house on the hill that cannot be hid. That people can see you in Costco, and they be like, "Hey, right?" That's the whole thing, right? Is for us to get home training, so to speak, right? So when we go out into the world, we can remember, what our parents taught us. We can remember what people who knew better and were wiser taught us when we go out in the world, right? Same thing. It's for us to be something away from here, not just here, away from here. So that's awesome.
yeah.
Yes, happy Saturday, everyone. It's good to see everyone. I'm glad to see so many people are here. Early.
Saturday.
Right, happy Saturday. Yes, happy Saturday. Anybody have any questions, comments, or anything like that? That's what this time is for. Or just to hang out before we get started, either way it goes, but it's nice. Anybody has anything they want to say or ask?
Are we
I
doing any? Oh, go ahead, Sarita. Go ahead.
no. You go. I was only gonna go if nobody was going. Go ahead.
I wanted to know, just stir the pot a little bit. In Atlanta, are there any opportunities for like a live something like what we're doing here every Saturday, what we're doing, throughout the week, things like that? Is there any opportunity for those coming to podcast? I'm Sarita laughing because she already knows. Are there any opportunities for us to do like a little live groove? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like a little something. Maybe
It would,
dinner or brunch or just something at the park. I don't know.
oh, apart from having the Saturday, you mean?
Like just something in person. Or maybe like we do this call
Well,
live.
we have to find if we could do the Saturday call and have a place where we can do like hybrid, right? Where we are there
Yeah,
live and we're able to still stream. Um, then I'm open to that. That's been a thing that by the time I get there, it's too late to kind of plan that out. Even
yeah,
though I try to look for like the conferences and things like that, it just doesn't work out the way that I've envisioned it in the past. So it's more finding like the spot
for
um
sure.
for us to do it in and then, letting people know that are gonna be out there. But as far as like dinners and things like that, honestly, like um we we're out there on freestyle mode most of the time.
For sure.
And my biggest goal is to get Lucky some chicken and
I'm done.
And then, you know, we're just almost like freestyling it a little more. We don't really have like, oh, we're meeting with so and so. We don't really have that planned right now. So
Quick question though. Hi everyone, my name is Christina. Do you guys have access to like WeWork spaces because they're usually super affordable? Like co-working spaces are usually like 300 a month, if even, depending on like the price that you go
yeah,
for.
I we have what is it called? Allianz something. I think they have like
Alliance.
Alliance. Yeah, the one that Josh had
Yeah, me too. I was
they
about to suggest
I
that
didn't
after
think
Christina.
about
I was
that.
like, girl,
Okay.
use my membership. Let's go. No excuse. Let's go. But no, if y'all have
No,
Alliance and
yeah, I might be
you're all
able
over the
to.
country. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all
and
over the
I'll
country
reach out to you if I can't find anything and see if you have something. And then we
for
can kind
sure.
of take a head count on who's gonna be out there.
For
So we
sure.
know what kind of size we need. And then yeah, as long as we can like stream it also, which of course we just need a laptop for that. But
For sure.
we want to be able to cater to everyone. But yeah, it's been a thought every time we go to Atlanta, honestly. So
Well, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it, Vero. It was just me being a little stir the pot, you know, a little bratty, stir the potish type of energy. But don't overthink it. But listen, my goal for attending and networking, my networking goal, I guess, is to take it easy. Because normally I will go to everything. I will attend everything, and that has caused problems in the past. I'm not stretching myself out, so I'm very strategically planning out where I'm going to be, and if you guys are going to host something, I'm going to prioritize that. So if you need my support in finding a space that has Wi-Fi and whatever the needs are, if you need my support, say the word because I'm not
okay.
going to be stretching myself out this time. Yeah,
Right, right. No, I hear you. I'll send you a text. We can kind of get a thread going.
for sure.
Right.
Rita, what were you gonna say?
Um, you guys talked about yesterday a few things. I love, did Monique get on yet? Because I want to say it when she's on. Um, it was a statement that she made, and you know, if I get a chance to speak again, I'll hopefully when she gets on, I'll say it. But the whole, this has been my thing because I am a former ruminator, formerly known as overthinking, ruminating, all of the things, right? So keeping that in mind, I don't want to say constantly, but I catch myself quite often doing that. And then I have to catch myself and say, "Hold, it's okay. Like, you can calm down, brain. It's all right. I really appreciate all that you've done, all that you continue to do. And when I have instructions for you, then you can come back up." And then as the day goes by, I feel like I'm doing it more often. Not more often. I feel like I'm intentionally like, oh, that is like a error in thinking. Let me just hold, just give me a minute. And when it's time for you, just be still for a minute. And when it's time for you, it's okay to come up. Is that the best way to do that? Is there other methods, or is that the best way? Just, hey, calm down, chill, get it together.
Monique just joined, by the way.
Well,
Oh,
go ahead,
yeah,
whatever, if you wanna.
yeah. So the state I was saying that I that really impressed that you said, Monique, was you can't numb you can't numb the sad without numbing the happy. And that kind of correlates. And when I heard it, I was like, oh, but that correlates with the whole, like when I'm numbing the brain, like not numbing the brain, but putting it in place. What's the best way to do that? So that when I thought about that statement, I'm like, all right, we it's go time. So I want to make sure that I got the right sneaks on, the right gear on, I got the right all the things because it's go time. There's no time, no, not playtime anymore. So
Well, so Monique, if you can speak, that'll be good. Monique's thing, that came out of the one-on-one her and I were having, and when she said it, she'll tell you what my reaction to it was. It was very much the same as yours, which is why I wanted her to repeat it. Her thing is what she was saying was is a little bit different than what you're saying, but I'm sure what she said reminded you kind of what you're saying, because it has some similarity to it, but hers is a little different. So Monique, if you can speak, that'll be good.
Good morning. Happy Saturday, family. During our one-on-one, I was sharing with Coach Lucky that there was a time where I overindulged in, different spirits. And what made me put the thing down was realizing that I cannot numb my sad without numbing my happy. And that literally made me say, wait a minute, I am in full control. I don't have a problem. I just took control of it. And with realizing that, and the Coach Lucky was like blown away because, that was my truth. Like, here I am sitting at the bar like, oh, I'm so sad about this. But then there are people maybe approaching me with opportunities or just, the opportunity to connect. But I missed it because I was hammered, So yeah, that's where that came from.
Yeah, so I know you just said it, but that to me was the first statement you made, right? You can't numb the sad without numbing the happy. What was so profound about that was really the second part of what you just said, which is, when you talked about if I'm somewhere and I'm doing this, how I can miss out on something else I didn't intend to. So, Monique, will you go into that a little bit more? Because it was your thing, so I don't want to hijack.
As far as like a networking event or something like that, that's what I shared.
Yeah, remember how we talked, how you went, because you went into it, like you use that kind of as an example of what you were saying.
Well, yeah, I actually at like, like a networking event or, somewhere where there are business professionals and I'm down in them for a different reason, besides just having fun and another and another and another. And someone is giving me their phone number and we're having a conversation. And, I wake up the next morning like, I don't know what happened. Who's this person? So I miss the opportunity to connect or expand, or I'm asking God every morning, expand my territory, but then I missed the opportunity. I missed the vehicle or the person that were to help me expand my territory. So ultimately numbing my sad, also simultaneously numbed my happy.
Right? So that is why it's not so much what you do, it's why you do it. Because why you do it will either keep you in your frame or take you out of it. And so people look at things so subjectively that they miss the objective truth. They miss the truth. We emotionalize the truth. If we like it, then it's really true. If we don't like it, then it's not the truth, even if it's the truth. We're just like, oh, that's not true. Why? Because you don't like it, because it doesn't make you feel good, right? Your emotion, you don't really, but it's the truth. So that was what you said was really, really good. Really good. So next thing, Sarita, to answer your question, think about your brain like your children. Think about them just like that. Sometimes you tell them to be quiet. Sometimes you just let them talk. Sometimes they're acting out and you're like, okay, that's enough. Sometimes they're acting out and you just walk away and be like, yeah, all right, well, let me know when you're done, right? It's not always the same answer every day, all the time. You just realize that no matter what the answer is, you are the authority. And so you are going to handle it as you see fit in that moment, right? It's not always the same way. You don't manage it always the same way. You just realize that it's yours to manage. And sometimes you manage it by walking away, by just saying, you know what, if that's what you want to think, go ahead. I'm not going to sit down here with you or be yelling at you and arguing with you. I'm not going to sit here and be arguing with my thoughts. I'll just let them run wild, let them do whatever they want to do. Because as long as I don't agree with them, as long as I don't identify myself with them, I can just let them pass by like traffic. I just let them pass by like cars going down the street. I'm looking at my front window and I can see cars going past. What I see doesn't affect me because I don't have an interaction with it. I just noticed it. but it doesn't change anything for me. It doesn't change my experience. So the most important part is realizing it's not what you see, it's how you identify with what you see. And do you identify in the first place with what you see, right? So I would say the easiest way to answer your question so that you can choose every moment how you deal with that, so to speak, is think about them, think about your brain just like your children. How do you want to deal with them in this moment? Sit down, be quiet. What do you want? Are you okay? Let me give you some information. Let me hold your hand. Are you hungry? You need to take a nap, right? It's all we're dealing with the same person or the same people, but we deal with them differently based on what's happening in that moment, what the issue is in that moment, where we are in that moment, right? We deal with them from the same state of authority, but we deal with them differently based on what is actually going on in that moment. Does that answer your question?
It does, because I originally thought that I had to stop every thought, but what you're saying is, because that, that can be a little overwhelming too, right? So now allowing the thoughts sometimes, like even the ones that I'm like, all right, but yeah, treating it like a kid, that also, that helps a lot. Yeah.
That's it, right?
That would have been a full-time job trying to stop,
Yeah, it
because
would.
that's, but yeah, thank you.
We don't correct our kids because we're afraid of them. We correct them because that's our job. And so we don't have to be afraid of our thoughts any more than we are of our kids. But you will become afraid of something that you don't correct at all, right? But you figure out what's the best means or mode, right? Or medium of instruction, correction, discipline, teaching. What is it? Sometimes just letting them go and letting them have their moment because they are themselves and they're having a moment. Okay, cool, right? Or sometimes it's stopping the moment, rearranging the moment, reflecting. It is, whatever it is. So each time it's a little bit different, and you figure out in that moment what's the best way to deal, how you want to deal with that thing, not out of fear, but just out of wisdom. So we don't have to be afraid of our thoughts. Just because a thought we don't prefer doesn't mean we have to identify ourselves with it. Doesn't mean that's who we are. That's just a thought. You know how many thoughts we think? What do they say? 70 to 80,000. Do you know how many different places thoughts come from? Things you've heard 20 years ago, 15 years ago, some you heard on the radio or saw on TV last night, right? There's so many places they come from. We don't have to identify ourselves with them just because they're going through our mind. They're just things that our mind has picked up in our environment, right? And they're not always self-generated, right? They just could be repeated, right? And things like that, right? So yeah, and so based on that thought and where you are and what's going on, like your child, you figure out what's the best way to deal with this moment, right? Do I let it go? Whatever else it is. So, right? Okay. All right. So good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. We're going to start off with something a little bit different this morning. All right. So the word gene, like they say in science, the word gene. I've said it over and over, but for some of you who haven't been here, what does that word mean? What does the root of that word mean? The word gene. This word also is where the word Genesis comes from. It's where the word gender comes from, right? The root word, gen.
This is the beginning?
The beginning.
Okay. So if we understand that gene means the beginning, well, so the beginning. So take this pragmatically, step by step, gene, the beginning. All right. So what do genes do?
Create.
Okay. So in the beginning, right? The beginning creates. Creation is in the beginning. Okay, so genes create. Okay, that's one thing to do. And they create what?
Life.
Okay, life. What's another word for life?
Mankind.
Okay,
They create like your, what is it, your phenotypes?
okay. So they create physical things.
Right.
Okay, life. What's another word for life?
Vida.
Awareness.
Okay? Yeah,
Living.
yeah, but this is what I mean when I say sometimes we're so sometimes we're so subjective when we need to be more objective. Sometimes we're so objective and we need to be more subjective. We need to be able to see things in both frames. So when we say life, that's cool. But what is life? Power. Okay.
Breath
Okay.
came to mind.
Say it again.
Breath, like
But easier. We're making it too hard. What is
Being alive. Me?
Experience.
experience?
Mm.
Another word. I didn't say that is the only word, but it's an experience, right?
Yeah.
Everything we're having is an experience in life. Everything is an experience, right? The Super Bowl, they call it the Super Bowl experience. They realize, like, let me create an experience that you want to have, right? They understand it's supposed to be an experience. It's not a moral thing. It's not an ethical thing. They don't care how much you drink. They don't care if you can afford the tickets or not. They don't care if you like the teams or not, right? They're there to provide an experience. It's not moral or ethical. I'm going to say it this way. It's not this highfalutin thing that sometimes we try to make it to be. We make it so deep that we drown. We get lost in actually what's happening. So life experience. So genes create what?
Life's experience.
experience.
Yes, life, another word for life is experience. Genes create experience or experiences. Okay, what's another word for gene? What is a gene then?
Thought.
Okay, what produces, and what do thoughts produce?
Reality. Well,
Experiences.
Yeah, okay, reality. Okay, reality. What's another word for reality?
Manifestation.
life.
Nope. Yeah, all those are true, but nope. What is an experience? I can say this, we all have different,
Experiences.
so then what are experiences?
Individual.
Awarenesses.
What does awareness produce?
Your
True.
reality.
Okay, but yeah, reality. What's another word for reality? That's true. But what's another word for it?
Outcome.
Stories.
Your lifestyle.
Ideas. Ideas. A gene, right, creates physical things, right? But a gene is operating off of an idea. That's why you have genes that produce your hair, right? The color of your hair, the texture of your hair, right? Then
Right.
you have genes that produce your skin color, right? Then you have genes that produce your height, right? So all of those genes, we're using one word, but if they produce different things, then what is that telling you a gene does? What is it telling you about the nature of a gene?
It creates.
It
And it can change based on the thought.
yes, which and another word for thought is
Producers.
Like it's unlimited, it's unstoppable. There's no limit.
another word for thought is
In the chat, we have truth and reality.
yeah, but truth and
I
are descriptions of your what you call true and reality, or the truth and reality are descriptions are based on your what?
Experience.
ideas.
Okay, yeah,
Awareness.
Beliefs.
idea.
Mm.
Your ideas. What are you entertaining?
In the chat, we have perception or perspective.
Yes, but those are, and that is true too. But that is based on your awareness of your options, how you see things. That's why we don't all see things the same way. That's why some of us laugh at a joke and others of us don't laugh at the same joke. It's why one of us call the stock market crashing a collapse, other people call it a sale. Right? It's not what it is, it's how you see it. And how you see it starts from where?
Your genes.
Thoughts. Mm-hmm.
The beginning. Because that is what creates what you ultimately call your perspective or your perception, how you see something, right? It is what is dictating or controlling your life, creating your life and your experience. It's creating the physical things that you have, your hair, your skin, your eyes, your nails, all those different things. Those things are created by a gene. What you call reality, your elbow and your arm, you're saying that's real, that's true. But that elbow and arm is just a physical expression of an idea. So your gene is creating your reality, what you call reality. Your gene does that. Now, how hard is it forget disease and forget all the complicated stuff? Think about it this way. How hard is it? How hard do you have to work for hair to come out of your head?
You
Not hard at all.
Not hard.
I mean, I don't know. These edges, it take a minute.
But that is an idea that you've either heard or you created yourself based on experience. Oh, I see something, so I think. And the more I repeat an idea, a repeated idea becomes a what?
Truth.
Belief.
Belief. All of this started when I was thinking to myself this morning and I finally understood what this book actually is. Can everybody see it?
Yeah. Take a screenshot.
This book is called The Biology of Belief by Dr. Bruce Lipton. I finally understood. I was literally hadn't picked up the book in a couple months. I finally understood actually what that is. The biology of belief. Belief. You told yourself, you took an idea and you repeated it, and it became a belief. But what is an idea? Where does an idea come from?
My genes.
Your gene. And your gene is the beginning.
Mm.
Your gene creates. Your gene produces life. Your experience. The physical thing, your edges. Right? This is, pay attention. Your edges. Reality. But that reality, your edges, the reality of your edges are coming from an idea that we either heard or that was self-generated from an experience. And so then we start to repeat it, which then makes it a belief. But a belief came from your gene. So now you're talking about the biology of belief. So what is that telling you? All of your beliefs create. All of them. The things you believe, not the things you think, the things you believe, the things that you've accepted and assumed, because your genes aren't just a thought. They're the thinker. They are where the idea has been placed. The idea of your skin color, the idea of height, the idea of hair, the idea of your teeth, the structure of your teeth. All of us have teeth. All of our teeth have different forms and shapes. We don't all have the same looking teeth. We don't all have the same skin or eyes or hair or height. We don't, but we all are being formed by the same thing called one thing, a gene. Your belief is just as invisible as what?
Your genes.
Genes.
But they produce just like
Your jeans.
your jeans. So when you're looking at your arm, or when you're looking at your skin, or when you're looking at your eyes, you're looking at what?
Your jeans.
Your jeans. Yep.
Your creation.
Yeah. No, your jeans.
Your jeans beliefs.
Your ideas.
Your jeans made flesh.
Mm.
Ah.
What's another word for jeans?
DNA.
Okay.
Idea.
Idea. So when you are so when you have an idea, you're looking at your ideas made flesh. If you continue in them. That's where everything, genes and ideas are the same thing. They're what create everything. And your ideas repeated create beliefs, right? So then guess what else becomes flesh?
Your ideas repeated. Your ideas, the beliefs that you have repeated, some things they're gonna become reality as well. Your ideas. So whatever you're thinking about, whatever you're worried about, whatever you're excited about, putting together in the future, things like that, all of that becomes, when you believe it, all of it becomes.
At your life.
Your mic is going in and out. We might need to change it to the other one.
You guys hear me now?
We
Yeah.
can. It just has gone in and out a few times already.
Stop doing
Just
that. All right, here we go.
okay. In the chat, Marlon put our words.
Your genes made flesh. Your ideas made flesh. Your beliefs
Made flesh.
Flesh.
flesh. When you're looking at your arm, you're looking at your belief made flesh. When you're looking at your arm, you're looking at your ideas made flesh. When you're looking at your arm, you're looking at your genes made flesh. Genes, ideas, and beliefs are the same thing. Everything that you see in this world is the same thing. A gene, an idea, and a belief. It's the same thing. Synonymous. It's the same thing. It is something that you don't see creating everything that you do see. So then, again, let's go back. So then your arm is flesh. It's a physical thing, right? Okay. So then, and we said your gene, your idea, and your beliefs make that physical. Is that correct? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Your
Yeah.
mics are off. That's all. We're here.
Can I wait?
The thing went out again. Let's change the mic. Turn it off though. Un momento, por favor. Thank you for your patience, everyone.
Miss Karen say, "We hear y'all. We hear. It's okay."
You know how he gets when he wants participation.
That face when he's waiting for a response.
And he got a marker in his hand. Y'all better watch out.
We can't hear you, Coach.
No, we can't hear you.
Is it on?
Is it on?
No, I just don't.
Well, okay,
Hear
now.
me.
All right, let's try that again.
No?
No, that one's worse.
Well, then I'm going back.
Shoot. All right, see,
All right.
I wanted to buy a new set a while back, and you're like, no, it's gonna be fine.
Just speaking sign language.
Just buy a new set and put it where the old one was.
Read my lips.
I can't with you. Scoot back.
All right. How about this? All right, is that better?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we can hear you.
So beliefs are made flesh. Okay. So again, so then your genes create your hair. So how hard is it then for hair to grow out of your head?
Not hard.
Okay. Now remember, you're on the stand because it's coming. So how hard is it then for your skin to be that color? What?
It depends where I'm at.
How hard is it for your skin? Did you work for it?
No,
No.
it is what it is.
It just is.
Say it again.
It just is.
Just is. But it just is based on what?
Them
My
jeans.
mother.
Based on the genes. Based on the genes. Because it's not based on your mother, because your mother has genes and somebody gave her hers. So if you go all the way back to the beginning, it's got to be the same. You don't come from your parents, you come through your parents. Those are two different things. When you turn your water on in your house, the water doesn't come from the faucet, it comes through the faucet. The water comes from the source. You don't come from your parents, you come from the source. You come through your parents as the source. Those are different things. Right? So then, if it's not hard for your skin color to be that way, it's not hard for your hair because your genes are automatically dictating that from the beginning. From the beginning. So then, your genes, your ideas, your beliefs are made flesh. Okay, so let's say your body is a physical thing. Okay, well, what else is physical then that has been made? What other idea has been created that has become flesh, that has become physical? What other, there's one particular one. Give me some ideas that have become physical. The idea of what, or the concept of what?
My bank account.
So what's another word for that? What is that referring to?
Money.
Money. So money is what?
An
An
idea.
idea.
An idea. So then it is a what?
Gene.
It is a gene. Which is what?
The beginning.
Experience.
It's an experience. Whose experience is it? So whose gene is running the experience?
Shit. Mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, go ahead. If you did, it's all right. Because that's the way I felt when I learned. Yeah, and I'm always learning. This never ends. I'm always learning. We are always learning. I'm up here running my mouth the loudest and the longest. I'm not up here talking like I know everything as far as like, no, I'm saying to you, well, I tell myself I do, so I do. But point being is that I'm always going like you are. I'm always realizing like, oh, wow, wow. So all of these things still apply to money. So then again, how hard is it for hair to come out of your head?
Not at all.
So then what makes money so hard?
The idea.
What idea?
The idea that we've taught ourselves that there's this complicated measure to get there.
Yeah, what's a better question?
Who am I being? Who do I think I am?
Yeah. Whose idea?
Right.
Whose idea? Whose idea? Whose idea about this flesh, this thing made flesh, are you entertaining? If hair grows out of your head, like we're not putting disease in, we're not putting all kind of, if hair grows out of your head naturally, effortlessly, at the color based on the gene, based on the beginning, and you don't have to pull it out, you don't have to go in there and look for it. You wake up every morning, and since you could knew you were aware of being who you are, right? 2 years old, whatever that, you looked at your skin and realized like, okay, it's skin or whatever you called it. But it was already there. It's already operating. From the beginning, it's already operating. From the beginning, it creates. From the beginning, it is life. It is dictating your experience. It creates the physical thing. It creates the reality based on the idea. It is the biology of the belief in that area. Well, you have a biology of belief about money. Money is the same thing as your flesh. It is dictated by your gene, by your idea. It's the same thing. Because whatever you say created a gene, whatever you say created that idea, ideas only come from one place. There's only I am creating ideas. Nobody ever has created another idea. There's only one creator, right? Whether you want to call it, whatever you want to call that, God, source, universe, whatever you want, there's still only one. So then the same idea of an arm, the same idea of an eye was created by the same source, the same consciousness. So it creates all things the same way. The things it creates are different, but it creates it the same way, right? As a gene, in the beginning, as a gene, it creates life, the experience, the physical experience of that thing, the reality of that thing, that the idea, the gene, the idea, the thought said, okay, I now have this idea, this concept, this thought of something, and I now make it physical. The physicality is the outcome. It's the outcome. It is the effect. It is not, the gene is the cause. There's only one cause. It's the gene. Normally I don't say this, but I'm going to say it today. Next week, I'm doing something with Auntie Shaky about sales and business. And a lot of you entrepreneurs need to be on there because a lot of you are going places, wasting your time, and you are going to stay broke if you don't change how you think. You're gonna work your butt off, but you're gonna stay broke. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I was a point guard, pitch ahead. I'm just passing it up there for you to dunk it. It's up to you. But this is not for my own, but I want you to understand because I don't have enough time to go into it today, but I will there. But I'm just giving you a bit of it because I want you to understand something, right? It's not about how hard did it take, how hard was it for the hair to grow out of your head? How hard was that? Does anybody sit around thinking about it? Does anybody sit around meditating over it? Does anybody sit around doing affirmations over it? Does anybody sit around in some kind of stance over it? Do you have to face a certain way over it? Do you got to burn candles over it? Has anybody ever done anything to get the hair growing out of their head? Like I said, all things being equal, don't complicate it. Has anybody ever had to do that? So if the same thing that creates the hair coming out of your head, the color, the texture, you didn't have to buy it, do nothing to it, or anything else. The same consciousness that created this thing, this idea made flesh, money is the same thing as hair. It's just an idea made flesh. And it comes out naturally according to the gene, according to the idea. The gene is where the idea is placed. It's just like the gene is the car, and you get in the car and you drive the car. Well, the gene is like the car. The idea is placed in the gene, and then the gene says, okay, here's the plan. Here we go. Now I put this into physical action. I'm going to make this physical according to the idea. And the idea reproduces itself day after day after day after day without your help, without your effort, without your praying, without your stressing, without your worrying. It comes out of your head. The color of your skin, the length of your arms, the structure of your teeth, all of those things were created by the gene, by the idea that was placed in that gene. So the gene, the idea is the cause. There's only one cause. So why are there 50,000 different ways that you have to figure out how to get money? Meaning like, well, I have to do this, but I have to think about it like this, but there's only one cause. The cause is the idea, the biology, the idea that you believe, that you consistently repeat to yourself about this thing called money. You have a biology about it. You have a belief about it, that you have repeated the idea of what that is to you and how that works. Well, I am said, okay, in the beginning, there was only I am in the beginning. That's it. There was no creation. There was no heaven or no earth. It was only I am. So there's only you in the beginning of your concept. So money came after you. So money wasn't self-created. Money was created by you. So that means you created this. You had this idea that you named money. And you decided, just like I have an idea named hair. I have an idea named skin. I have an idea named height. I have an idea named this, that, or the other. And so all of my ideas, all of my biology creates the life, the experience, the physical reality that I have with that thing that I have the idea about. It's the same thing. And so in this case, we're talking about money. And I'm telling you that money should be as easy for you to experience as the hair growing out of your head. Because the same one who made your hair is the same one who made money. Why do you think God is Rapunzel and poverty at the same time? Like, I got long hair, but I got Indian in my family. I got long hair, but I ain't got no money. You're the creator of both. How do you have one and not the other? And if you're the creator of both, how do you have one but not access to the other? Why do you have control over your hair? It just keeps growing naturally, but your money stops. Who created, who has, then, okay, well, who is in charge of money then? If it's not you, can I see the manager? Can I talk to, I like to talk to somebody because it's obvious you just work here. I want to see the owner, the manager. Like I said, I don't say this. I don't beat you guys over the head for nothing. Because if I needed to do that, I wouldn't be who I say I am. And I wouldn't be telling you what I'm telling you, because I'm telling you that you are who I'm telling you are. Not for my own good, but for yours, that you can be, do, or have anything. But I'm telling you that next week, I think it's Wednesday and Thursday, reach out to her. She'll tell you, like, you guys need to show up because you're working too hard for something that should be as easy as the hair growing out of your head. You're working too hard. Everybody's telling you that they're telling you the equivalent of you need to go into your scalp with some tweezers and pull each hair out of your head individually. Yeah, that would be grinding. What's the difference? You might as well try it. You're doing it anyway. You know how long that would take? Well, you know what that's the equivalent of? It takes you 2 to 5 years to make money. How long is it going to take? It's going to make 2 to 5 years for you to pull all that hair out your scalp. It's the same amount of time. You're doing the same thing. That's the only reason I'm telling you to show up. It's because I want you to understand it doesn't have to be the way it's been. It doesn't have to be that hard because the gene is the same. Money and hair is the same to I am. It's only an expression of an idea. One is not more important than the other. Money doesn't replace your hair, and hair doesn't replace your money. They're different things. So they're both the most important thing in its own lane. Everything is the most important thing in its own lane. It's not replaceable. It's not designed to be replaced. It is what it is. Right? It is what it is. And so yes, even if you get a hair transplant, they still got to pull it off your own body. And you're still going through a whole lot of stuff you don't even have to go through. If you grew your hair at the beginning, you think you can't keep going? See, you limit it, and then you call it a limiting belief. But you have a belief, you have an idea that you put a limitation on, that you have put a border around, or a barrier around, or in most cases, a jail cell around. Well, I can't do this. Well, it's too hard. Well, I can't be this. That is a limiting belief. There's no such thing as a limiting belief. It is a belief that you've now limited. Does your car say, you're going too fast? No, it's going to go as fast as you put that gas on. It's as fast as you put your foot on the accelerator. That's what it does. It doesn't tell you what it should or shouldn't do. Your beliefs don't do that either, but you do that with them. I have the belief that it's hard. I have the belief that it's this. If you don't struggle with hair growing out of your head naturally, the way we did when we were all born, hair coming out. It just comes out. It's what it is. Your skin. It is what it is. Your teeth. Isn't that what you said? Isn't that what I think Marlon said it? Didn't we say it is what it is? Well, then why is money different? And who is money different to? It's not different to I am. I am only sees it as the thing it made. Yeah, you could have multiple children. You're still the same. You're still the same parent. But this is my son, this is my daughter, this is my other son, this is my other daughter. I got 4 kids. I got 6 kids, whatever else it is. But there's still only one parent, one set of parents. There's still only one parent. Doesn't matter if you have multiple expressions. They still come from one source. So it doesn't matter if money is a different expression than your elbow. Neither one of them got here on their own. And they're all reflections of you. They are your genes. They are your idea made flesh. And if I am creates hair, if I am creates skin, if I am creates all the physical things, and it doesn't have a problem creating it, then why do you have a problem experiencing it? You should not. In truth, you do not. But the belief in something else is what makes the experience something else. Because your ability to believe anything is called free will. That is the freedom you have given your physical expression, the character that you're playing. It's the only way you can have this physical experience and not realize your I am every moment of it. You realize, you come to remember. That's why you're all here, because you're all remembering. We're all in different phases. Like we're all in high school. Some of us in 9th grade, some of us in 10th grade, some of us, but we're all in high school. So nobody's better than the other. We're all here. We're all at the same school, eating the same cafeteria lunch. We're all here. Yeah, there's some in 9th grade, there's some in 10th grade, but we're all here. Some of us are a little more awake than others, but that's not better or worse. It's just we're all here. But I'm telling you that money is supposed to be just like hair growing out your head. It's just the idea. It is your gene. It is your belief. It is the idea that you have, that you ruminate on, right? That you consistently entertain, that becomes a belief. And then that is how you experience that idea. The idea is what it is. Your belief is how you experience what it is. I have an idea called money. What is my belief about it? Well, I believe this, and this. Okay. Well, then that is going to be my experience. That is going to be my life. But that was created in the beginning. And before I had this experience, I had a belief about it, or somebody taught me something about it. And that's what I'm experiencing is my belief, what I'm expecting this to be. That's all this is. It doesn't have to be that hard. It shouldn't be that hard. If you're not wondering, well, how did my hair grow out of my head? How did my skin get this color? How does skin renew on my hand? How does the blood keep flowing through my body? How does my heart keep beating? How do my eyes keep blinking? That is all part of a program. That is something that consciousness created and dictates how it goes. Now that you put yourself into physical form and giving yourself a name, a role, a name, right? It says, well, shoot, you're made in the image and likeness. So now you're like the son of the Father. You are I am, but in physical form, you're personified as the Son. But that's why it says, I don't do anything but what I see my Father do. It's not me that does the works, it's my Father in me. So you are now doing the works by choosing what work is done for you. And you're choosing what work is done for you by your beliefs. So I'm going to say it to you this way, the old school way. God wants to do this, and you're like, well, I can't. Well, I don't have a degree. Well, I'm this. Well, I'm that. Well, they don't like women. Well, they don't like black people. Well, they don't like this. Or they don't like that. So God wants to, and you're like, nah, I can't. You don't understand. You don't get it. But I've been. Okay. It's not that it's not available. You just won't accept it. But that's why it says, according to your faith, be it unto you. Your faith, not God's faith. Don't sit around and blame it on God. Well, I'm waiting on it's according to your faith. Death and life are in the power of your tongue. You declare the end from the beginning. You shall declare and decree, and it will come to pass. You. Everybody wants to be grown until it's time to make a decision and be responsible and accountable. Everybody's grown till then. Right? Your kid, you're out to Disneyland, the kids are grown, spending up all your money till the credit card bill comes. Then the kids ain't nowhere around. You looking around like, where's all my kids who love me so much? Where are they at? Yeah, guess what? Guess who's paying that bill? You, on your own. So why are you walking around letting everybody spend your beliefs up and spend your desires up and spend all your stuff up? You're the one that's going to be paying that bill on your own. Like I said, you should show up next week if you want to change what's happening. I would highly encourage you to do it. I don't ever beat you over the head for nothing. So this is for you. But you have to understand that business and money are not the same thing. They're not the same thing. Business and money are not the same thing. They come from the same place and they should be dealt with the same way, but we don't. And then we conflate them. Well, if I have a business, I'm going to make. Well, if I don't have a business, I won't make. Okay. You're thinking one has to do with the other, and they don't. They have nothing to do with each other as far as inevitably or mandatorily. They don't. They can. They often do, but they don't. But they are not one and the same. And when you learn to separate the two, then you'll understand what each of them are individually, and then you'll understand how, who, when, why, what, and where to combine them. If you should or if you shouldn't, when you should or when you shouldn't, because you won't automatically see them as one and the same. Because if your concept about money is bad, what do you think your business is going to be? Especially when you think they're one and the same. I suggest you show up next week. Now, we're going to move on. So the whole thing is as easy as hair comes out of your head naturally. That is driven by the gene. Your growth spurt, driven by the gene. Everything that you physically experience is driven by a gene. It is driven by an idea. It is driven by an idea that is held in the beginning, that creates the life or experience physically that you call reality. You are physically experiencing your ideas of life overall and of each aspect of it. Everything you call physical from your body, the first thing is your body, and everything after that is a physical expression of your biology, of your gene, of your idea, of your belief about it. But your gene, idea, belief about it is based on you. Because it is not a thing. It is something you created. In the beginning was I am. There were no heavens or earth. So you existed before those things. So that means money can't tell you what it is, what it isn't, what it can, what it can't do. It doesn't have a say. It doesn't have a choice. Any more than the heavens and the earth. I am was here before it. So you don't need money to be you. You don't need heavens and earth to be you. But in this physical experience, you're experiencing those things as you. They are the flesh of you. You are experiencing them as flesh, as physical expressions of you, of the gene, the word made flesh. What creates words? Consciousness. No dead people speak. So this is all you, your flesh, all of your physical world is you. It is your biology. You're looking at your genes at work. You're looking at the ideas that you have ruminated on, repeated enough in your mind, accepted and believed to become a belief. And your beliefs just operate on autopilot, just like habits. A belief is just a habitual thought. Call it belief, but it's just a habit. It's a way of thinking that you repeat to the point that you don't have to consciously repeat it. It's like when you're driving down the street and eating, or driving down the street and you ladies are putting makeup on. You couldn't do either one of those by themselves at the beginning. You had to learn how to do each one of them. First day you were driving, it was like this. First day you're putting that makeup on, it was like this. And now you can do both, where you couldn't do either one of them well the first time you did it. Because you've done both of them so long individually that now you can combine them collectively. It's the same thing. You can do business so well because you understand it, and you can do money so well because you understand it, and then you can choose to combine them if you choose to. But you have to learn what each one of them are individually before you start trying to combine them. That way you don't put mustard in your cereal. You have to know it right. Why would you do that? Only if you didn't know that just because you can eat mustard and you can eat cereal doesn't mean they should go together, right? We're putting a whole lot of mustard in our cereal. Thinking just because, oh, it's this, well, so I can combine this, and you wonder why it doesn't taste good. You wonder why it's not working well. This is why. You can't just say, because I can eat it, it goes together. Can't just say, oh, because it's Monday, it's okay for it to be a bad day, a hard day, a long day. Don't talk to me before I have my coffee. Let me put my shades on. Oh, my life is over. You couldn't look outside today and tell what day it is. So why is Monday bad? A whole lot of dead people will take it. If you're interested in trading, this is the day the Lord has made. It didn't say which day it was, every day. To rejoice and be glad in, and you cursing Monday. We have a biology of beliefs. That concept came to me literally 30 minutes before class. Like, oh my God, that's what that means. I was planning on talking about something completely different today. But more importantly, the thing I always tell myself is every Saturday I show up, I give you what you need. I'm not talking about one particular person, I'm talking about whomever it is. I don't know who's showing up or who's not, but that's my intention. So I didn't plan on talking about this today, but this obviously needed to be discussed some. Your beliefs are creating your experience. Creation is finished. There's nothing new happening. It's all happening right here, right now. If there were a God, let's just say, I'm putting it back out so we can objectively see something. If there were a God the way we all grew up somewhere else, somewhere outside, if there were a God somewhere else, where would God's stuff be? If God had something, where would it be?
Everywhere?
Outside of this universe.
Wherever he said, wherever he wanted it to be.
Yeah, it's within us. It's everywhere.
Okay, so where is it?
In me.
Okay, with me.
Mhm.
Yes, in me, but with me. Right? So if God had something, it would be where God was, right? Could God say, I don't know where it is? I can't see it. I can't find it. Would that be the case?
No.
So then wherever God is, its stuff is, right?
Yes.
So then where's your money?
I don't know why. I'm muting.
Where is it? Where's your health? Where is it? Are you attracting it? Hey, God, you know what? Can I get a ride? Oh, yeah, let me just go attract my car. What? Where is it? Oh, man, it's, you're attracting your car. What does that mean? You're attracting your health. What does that mean? Where is it? If it's not with you, where is it? If it's not with you, who has it? Where is it? Who has it? How could this be? You're omnipresent. You're everywhere. No matter where it is, you're there. So that means it's always with you. Yes, it's in you. That is true. That is the truth. I'm just using it to help. I'm using with to get you to see it differently, to understand that it is in you. It's true. Your money is with you. It's with you right here, right now. But you don't look for something that you don't know is yours, and you don't know it's yours if you don't know you. Because the only way you could think you didn't have it right here, right now, is because you don't know who you are right here, right now. So that's why you're Wile E. Coyote, chasing the roadrunner, chasing your money, chasing your health, chasing your business, chasing customers, chasing clients, elevator pitches, XYZ statements, this and this and this and this and this. XYZ statement. I am that I am. That's an XYZ statement.
Ah.
There you go. That's church on the move. Like Uncle Snoop says, that's church on the move. Like we say in LA, church on the move. I am that I am. That's the best XYZ statement, and that's the OG first one. I am that. What is that? Whatever I say I am. I am that I am. I am a great success. That's it. The only elevator pitch is the one you give to yourself. Because the one you give to yourself is the one you gave to them. And they bought it just as much as you buy it. They believe it just as much as you believe it. They don't think what they think what you think. But you think you can hide what you think by what you say. What they say, dogs smell fear. What you think, I am doesn't know itself? You ain't fooling nobody with no designer outfit and that $300 perfume and them nice shoes you put on trying to get somebody to give you something. Where you could be butt naked and already have it. You know who you are. You already won before you walked out the door. You already sold the stuff before you walked out the door, but you haven't sold anything. You're trying to sell it to them. Because you don't, but okay. All right. But they're gonna believe it as much as you believe it. If you already believe you sold it, they would have bought it. Because for every buyer, there's got to be a seller. For every seller, there's got to be a buyer. And the buyer and the seller are I am. I suggest you show up next week. It's gonna help you actually. I'm just trying to told you. I'm just trying to told you what's happening. That's all I'm trying to do. Because this could be a lot easier. We're making this stuff too hard. Because we started worshiping the creation, the created things instead of the creator. We started thinking that the thing I made becomes my salvation. So that's why when your body's not feeling well, you're like, oh, well, I just got to accept it. I guess this cancer is going to take me out. Why? For what? What? What was cancer? Can anybody call cancer? Hello? No. So then how are you going to tell me what you're going to do with my body? No. No. You know what all you should do since you guys are so giving? You should all go to the grocery store, get you a mark, get you a basket, and tell everybody that you see, just put in what they like and you're going to pay for it. Anybody doing that? What? Hello?
No.
No, absolutely not. No, thank
Nope.
you.
Really?
No thanks.
Really? Well, we buying everybody else's stuff. We buy broke. We buy 2 to 5 years to make money. We buy cancer. We buy diabetes. We let everything else jump in our cart and we pay. Whose leg is hurting? Who's sick? Who's broke? Who's tired? Ain't it? I'm just saying it this way. In my best English, ain't it you? Aren't you the one paying that bill? Aren't you the one stressed out and worried and nervous and anxious? Aren't you the one that has what is it? Imposter syndrome? Stupidest shit I've ever. It's just so dumb. It's infuriating. It's infuriating because that's not who we are. That's not who we are. Imposter of what? How if the earth is yours and the fullness thereof, if before any of this stuff existed, you did, and so the only reason this stuff exists is because you made it, how are you an imposter if you're the owner? You got to be one or the other, but that's why your business sucks, because you're an imposter, not the owner. I suggest you show up next week. I would. So you can actually hear some truth and you don't have to be wasting your time and all this other shit you're doing. Excuse my French and my French because I don't want to, I know. Hey, listen. Hey, all of you, I don't know where you go, who you listen to. I'm not throwing shade on nobody. I don't have no church to bring you to. I'm not asking you to wear t-shirts. Nobody's allegiance to me. That's not what this is about. You go do whatever you do. I'm all with it. Right? But I just want you to know, I'm talking to you the way I talk to myself. I'm talking to you as passionately as I listen to this stuff and realize and say, shit, I can change. I don't have to be like this. I don't have to sit around and wonder, is this going to work out? I don't have to sit around and wonder, are people going to buy my stuff? I don't have to be chasing people up an elevator down there. You think they want to see you running after them like Tom Cruise on Mission Impossible? You think they want to, every time they see your phone, you got to make 100 calls a day. You think they want to see your name on there 100 times a day? You know there's a thing called blocking on the phone now? You think they really seeing you call 100 times? They just block. They don't even know you call. They just walk with their phone in their pocket and you calling. They're going to answer the phone. No, they're not. They're on a walk. And they blocked you anyway. They don't even know you called. You're trying to force yourself on everybody else because you don't have it for yourself. If you had it for yourself, it'd be like hair growing out your head. It's inevitable. It's the gene. It's the way it works. Beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers, and you out here grinding instead. What kind of fool are you? That's what you get. What you get. Now, I ain't mad at you because I've done it. I got to stop myself. To Sarita's point, I got to stop myself from doing it too. My brain gets all kind of great, immaculate conceptions, all kind of great ideas. And sometimes you got to be like, you look at your kids in the grocery store like,
The side eye.
This is your one. Don't do it. Don't change today. Don't change this moment. Don't do it. Yeah, sometimes you just, no, we're not going to do that. Yeah, we all have done it. We've all done it. But I'm here to let you know we don't have to keep doing it. That we are who we say we are here. I am, and there is no other. that we create the light and the dark. We wound and we heal. We kill and we make alive. We're the one choosing from all of creation that's already done. I am above all, before all. I am only, I am always. I am, and there is no other. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. The person who resurrected from the grave said, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. You just went to work and you grinded. And it resurrected and said, this is easy work. Why is yours hard then? Because you're not listening. You're not listening. This is what I meant when I said a couple weeks ago, you're not hungry enough to say, I'm not going to keep thinking like the world. Be not conformed to this world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind. If you keep thinking like everyone else, you're going to keep getting what they get. Where they say 60% of people are on some kind of mental health medication or just medication in general. 6 out of 10 people can't walk out their house without some kind of pill. They either can't walk out or stay out. Think about that. And that's who you're listening to. That's who you're believing. That is who you're believing. That is who you're allowing to create your biology. That is who you're allowing to put the idea in your gene that's going to grow like hair out of your head. That's going to make your business the way it is. A hard time, little or nothing, and a couple drips, like a faucet in the trap, just dripping. Even though you turn it off, it's just a slow drip, like Boys in the Hood. Just a slow drip. Water bill high, don't even have no water. It's just dripping, just leaking. Right? I want you to understand it's not supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be just like the hair growing out your head. Period. That's it only, and that's it always. Just like the hair grow on my head, just like my eyes blink, they're designed to do certain things. Well, I'm designed to prosper and be in good health, even as my soul prospers. The earth is mine and the fullness thereof. Everything I set my hand to prospers, but I failed. Everything I set my hand to prospers, but the process is. Everything I set my hand to prospers, but I'm a woman. Everything I set my hand to prospers, but I'm black. Everything I set my hand to prospers, but they're trying to keep the black man down. Everything I set my hand to prospers, but there's sexism. Everything I set my hand to prospers, but there's racism. Everything I set my hand to prospers, but I don't have a degree. Everything, which one is it? Because I sure wish you would talk to me about what it actually is for you and not this other stuff you're telling me. Because even though I'm looking at you, I'm not listening. I'm listening right here. I'm looking at you. I'm like, yeah, you're just talking. You're just telling me something you tell yourselves in these little groups. No. No, you are the victor. If you don't win, who's supposed to win? Who is winning for if it's not for you? Who's supposed to get first place if you're the creator of if you are the creator of your reality, who's supposed to get first place? Who is supposed to win if it ain't you? I don't understand why we are accepting these other things. I do, because we're all learning. This ain't no hate. This is no guilt. There's no shame or shade here, period. There's the truth, though. There ain't nothing wrong with being what we are. We didn't know better. There's just something wrong with staying that way. That's what we can't do here. Come as you are. It's like Statue of Liberty. Bring your tour, you're sick, you're tired, you're huddled masses. Come on in. But you got to become Americano now. You got to become American. You got to become like us now. Well, we know how to think in order to live well, so that you're free. Only the truth sets you free. Do you feel free? Take a look at life, your whole life. Do you feel free? And in what areas do you not? Whatever area that is, you have a belief that's not true. And it's stopping you from experiencing the truth, which means it's stopping you from experiencing freedom. Life is just an experience. There's no good ones or bad ones, right ones or wrong ones. You're not a better person because of what ride you ride on Disneyland. Disneyland don't care whether you get on the rides or go in there and eat all day or hang around with Mickey Mouse and them. It don't care as long as you paid your money. Experience is just like entry to the park. It doesn't care about any of that. You make up all the rest as you go. Everything is an experience. But we don't understand that life is just the accumulation of experiences. Life is just a receptacle that we put all our experiences in. There are no good ones or bad ones. It's just the ones you choose. But since we choose out of ignorance, fear, guilt, shame, shade, and whatever else, we don't choose the ones that best reflect what we want to have, what we want to experience. We don't choose the right experiences because we don't know we can, or we don't know we should, or that it's our job, our responsibility to do that. We don't know. That's why we come here. There's nothing wrong with that. But now we do. And so every time we get out this call, you take more steps, bigger steps. You wake up, you're further awakened, and you keep stepping with that. You keep stepping with a greater level of awareness. But this is supposed to be easy work. Easy work. Now, it doesn't have to be. You are going back to the same place you came from, no matter what you do. You are I am. I don't care if you kill 98 people. You're still I am. And it's just an experience. Humanity labels it as moral or ethical or all, but that has nothing to do with who you really are. You are not your experiences. You're just the one having them. So there is no good or bad. Get out of the good or bad, right or wrong thing. It's not helping you. It's hurting you. Because you're not really choosing. You don't know who you are. So you're eating from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And you're messing yourself up. So you have all the namaste and all the candles and the beads and everything like that. And what's that doing for you? You paying rent and candles? You giving your landlord beads? What is Mardi Gras now? Like, no. He or she wants the money. The money. The money. That's what they want. The money. They don't want this all other stuff you're trying to pass off. Hey, you got my rent? God is good. Wonderful. Does he have my rent? Does somebody have my rent? Call him in. Call that. Hey, you got God's number? We can call him right now. Somebody need to have my rent today, though. Somebody needs to make this business pop off. Somebody needs to get my health together. Somebody. Who can you call? Right? We have to understand these things. The biology of belief. Everything you see in your physical world is coming from a gene. The gene that produces your body is the same one that produces your business. It's the same one that produces your money. It's the same one that produces your health. It's the same one that produces everything that you are physically experiencing. There is no difference. For what area? The areas are different, but it's not different. How this works is not different. It's all the same. Once you understand that, you can apply it to anything. You apply it to anything. Anything. You can change anything. Anything. You can change things so fast you wouldn't believe it. All you have to do is say, you know what? What idea do I want to consider that I'm going to continue to tell myself about something? What is my idea of money? What do I believe it is, I am, we are together? What is my belief about that? And your belief really is your faith, meaning it's what you expect to happen in this area, no matter what happens, what you do or don't. You believe that this is going to happen. Just like I asked Marco last week, what are you doing? He told me a whole bunch. It didn't matter what else he thought could possibly happen. He told me this was going to happen because right now I know. That's what a belief is. This is going to happen because right now I know. I'm not believing, I know. A belief is what you know. It's not that we're not talking with the beliefs, the ones you know, not the beliefs, not the things you're entertaining, like, well, maybe no. Because what does it say? I'd rather you be hot or cold. But since you're lukewarm, you get nothing. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. A double-minded mind, because it's talking about human. A double-minded mind is unstable in all its ways. Let it not think it'll receive anything. So when I say belief, I'm talking about the idea that you've entertained where it's a belief. It is your faith. It is something that you are assuming to be true with no proof. I am going to be doing this at 6 o'clock tonight. You can't prove it, but you believe it. You don't know it. I mean, you don't think it, you know it. This is just what it's going to be for me. We do it every day. We do it all the time. We do it in every area of life. But we here are not, so we're not changing how things work. You're just choosing how you want it to work for you. Oh, okay. I understand that every physical thing, every flesh thing is a belief made flesh, is my idea made flesh. So then what I did, so then if that's how it works, then if I want to change my flesh, I change what? If I want to change my flesh, I change what?
My belief.
Your belief,
Your belief. Another word for belief is what?
idea,
Another word for idea is what?
Your thoughts.
Another word
Your
for
mind.
gene.
Your mind.
Gene.
another word for idea is what?
The
Reality.
beginning.
Another idea for another word for idea is what?
Reality.
Another idea for another word for that is what?
Life.
Another word for that is what?
Minds. Thoughts.
You.
Ah, smack. He got us.
Who do you think reality is? Hello? Who do you think that is?
Me.
It's me.
I am.
Hello.
Yo.
It's me.
Changing an idea is changing yourself. You're changing yourself. You're changing the concept of yourself. You're saying, I am no longer this, I'm that. I am no longer that, I'm this. You're changing your concept of yourself. You're saying, I am not or I am. You're always I am to be either one, but you're now attaching something to yourself or pulling something off. The idea is you, meaning you are the one that is making an idea. An idea doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from you. An idea is not self-created or self-generated. You are the generator. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it is you that is creating them. It's not you like you have to do it, but it's you are the generator of it. An idea, so that's what I mean when I say an idea is you. It's not you like, oh, because I have a bad idea, I have a bad thought, or I thought a bad idea, that's me. No, that is what you're generating in that moment. And you can cut that off, or you can turn it, you can change it. You don't have to keep it. You're the generator, you are the owner operator. You know how much food you have in your cabinet that you haven't eaten yet? You ever bought food and be like, you know what? I don't think I really want this. Damn, that's been in there for 6 months. I forgot to eat that. Right? Yeah. Did you owe anybody? You didn't have to suffer? You didn't have to repent? You didn't have to go through a whole bunch of stuff? You're just like, oh, I didn't eat it. Or whatever. I bought it, so I didn't eat it. So I don't owe anybody anything.
So not necessarily, and I'm only saying this because of like my past experience, right? A lot of us grew up with don't throw away your food, you know, you gotta, I don't know about y'all, but like they used to be like, kiss your bread before you throw it out, like all the crazy stuff they used to send us. But yeah, anyway, there was no point to that.
Well, we all go through experiences, and when we don't have something and we finally get it, we make what we get. A lot of times we make what we get God, instead of realizing that God is what we have now that we didn't before. So if I'm hungry, guess what bread is to me? Jesus Christ. That's what it is. If I'm starving, bread is Jesus Christ. That's what it tastes like. That's what it looks like. That's what it feels like. It is my salvation in that moment. That's what it feels like when I'm starving. So then what happens is when I'm starving, I make a relationship with something that I would have never made that type of association with that thing if I wasn't hungry. So we go so long without what we should have that by the time we get what we want, we are out of our mind. That's why you chase the money so hard. That's why you chase the relationship so hard, because you've identified that as the thing that's going to make you feel the way you want, instead of realizing that you could give it to yourself. And if you gave it to yourself, you think about that thing a lot differently. You'd be like, I don't think I want that anymore. I really wasn't really. If you went to the grocery store right after you just ate, you wouldn't buy as much. Half the stuff you buy is because you are right. They tell you that all the time. Don't go shopping hungry, generally. You buy stuff you wouldn't.
Buy all kinds of stuff.
All Well, just think about how much you buy. How much you buy. How much you buy because you're hungry. How much it takes 2 to 5 years. You need to chase them down the elevator. You need to be there when they wake up. You need to be standing outside their car when they walk out the day. You're going to get arrested. You're going to get shot. Nobody want to see you stalking them because you want to sell them some socks. Nobody want to see that. Nobody wants you calling their phone 200 times. They're trying to spend time with their family, but you're just being persistent. You won't take no for an answer on the sale. You're going to get shot. You're going to get a restraining order. But that's what but when you're so hungry and then somebody tells you to do something, you associate that with your salvation. So you go out there and do it. But I don't blame you. If I were hungry, that bread looks good. That bread is Jesus Christ. Yes, praise the Lord. But that's what happens when you go hungry and you don't have to. What did it say? I've never seen my son righteous. I've never seen my righteous forsaken or my son beg for bread. No good thing is withheld from him, from the mind, from him that walks uprightly, that knows how to think. No good thing is withheld from you. So why do you think you got to beg God for good? God is good. God is love. Your awareness, your awareness of being is love, is good, is God. That's what the sole supreme authority of the flesh, creator of the flesh, of your reality. And you walking around, you run around chasing somebody down the elevator? Down the escalator? What is this, Pursuit of Happiness? That was a movie. You're not supposed to be doing it. Running down the street with a little microprocessor in your hand like it's some kind of action movie. You're supposed to go, he got paid for that, right? That was a movie, everybody. He got paid. Are you getting paid for running down the middle of the street with a briefcase in your hand, sweating? You know that was a movie. Let me just not assume. You guys do know that was a movie, right? He got paid for running like that. His hamstrings were compensated. Sometimes, we got to make sure we understand. Like, we're not supposed to actually act like that. We don't have to act like that to sell something, to have people love your business and love what you do. How can your idea come from God and the outcome be bad? How can you have, how do we think that's even possible? And if it is possible, then we're just gambling. This idea came from God. God, is this a good idea? Show me 3 signs. Like, we might as well be at Vegas. We just roll, we just roll in the dice.
3 signs, not 1, not 2, but I need 3.
God, you give me 1. Holy Spirit, you give me 1. Jesus, what you got? And then what is it? Majority rules? Does it got to be 3-0 sweep? What's it got to be? I'm on fire today, y'all. Did you see it? No, because I stretched first. I had, had some alkaline water before this started. Just want you guys to know that. So I just feel a little, you know what I'm saying? Just want you to know. Full disclosure. Because I believe in full disclosure.
He went to the gym this morning.
What is it's the thing? Like, it doesn't, it's easy. It's easier. It's easier. You can do it. It's easy work. All right. I done ranted and raved enough. Let's get it. What we got?
I know I started realizing, Coach, the first time you mentioned, it was a long time ago, but the first time you mentioned that we were choosing everything in our lives, I was kind of like, yeah, Coach tripping with that part. Like, he's tripping. Like, there's no way. There's no way I chose, some of the one-on-one conversation stuff that I chose. There's no way especially as a child. Like, excuse me, Vero. Excuse me, my bad. I just hopped, because I'm like, girl, I just hop on here, like me and Coach, my bad. The first time I heard you mention, you're choosing that. And I just started thinking, like, there's no way some of these as children, we're choosing some of the craziness that we tell ourselves I was born into this. I was born into that. I'm knowing with confidence for 40 years, 39 years, whenever you said it, I'm just knowing with confidence I was born into these scenarios. And then to have it broken down that I chose these scenarios, It took me a while, and just today, as you were speaking today, I started having more of a understanding, like the doors continue to open in the direction of understanding how I chose. It was something missing there. There was something, like you said, I went grocery shopping hungry earlier than I even knew what that meant. So I'm choosing um there's a style of a person or a style of a relationship, a style of a connection with a sister or a friend or a man or whatever. There's a style that I'm choosing that's producing these outcomes. And it's just like epiphany after epiphany after epiphany. And I'm like, yo, I'm really out here in charge of all of this. I ain't got nothing to worry about. So thanks for another dope, And I could tell you went off script. I could tell, but it was still dope though. Like I could tell. This is lit. Thanks, Coach.
Well, this is for everybody. This goes to what you're saying, life. What do we say? Another word for life is what?
Reality, you,
Another word for life is what?
your ideas, your thoughts.
Experience.
Experience. Yes, they're everything that we all said, but I'm putting it in this term, experience. See, all right, experience. So think about something. If you get on, like when you're at a park back in the day and you're on that, what do they call that thing? I forgot.
Seesaw.
Seesaw. Now, what if you're the only one on the seesaw? How does that work?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. So if it doesn't work, you don't have
Balance.
no.
Experience.
Don't get the
Experience.
So in order to get the experience, you need
Both.
both. So watch this. Now, when you say I was born, you meaning all of us, when you say I was born into this, and when we say, let's just say we're born into some craziness. Cool. All right, cool. But if you came here for an experience, how do you know what it's like how do you know what powerful feels like if you've never been powerless? So you, in this experience, in this lifetime, you may feel powerless. But in the next one, you may feel powerful to balance out your experience because you won't know what power feels like if you've never had it or not had it. So when you understand it's about experience, humanity calls it trauma. Humanity calls it all these other things. And in our humanity, it feels that way. That's what makes humanity feel real. That's the whole point. That's the whole reason. That's what a good actor or actress does. They make it feel real, even though you know you paid your money, even though you know it's not a real movie. But for those 2 hours, you forget. Because a good actor or good actress makes you forget. And you're drawn in, right? That's what makes us watch movies. We know none of it's real. But does that stop anybody from watching Netflix? Does that stop anybody from? So then Netflix is a $1 billion, several $billion company. We're all watching something that we know is not real, whether it's a movie or TV show, and it's a $1 billion company. So we deal in not real all the time, right? And we're only watching Netflix because for the experiences, for the shows that we like, right? So then the experience is not about the humanity calling it reality, trauma, drama. I can't believe this happened to me, this or that. It is only your I amness having an experience. It wants to know what feeling powerless is like in human form. Oh, okay, well, I've done that. So now I'm going to go back next time and I'm going to be powerful. Now I understand what power is because I've had both. You were born into a family. Well, you have a human here and a human here, mom and a dad, right? But they were created by somebody else. They were created. So then that's what I said when I said they didn't create you. You came through them. From where you started, you came through them. These are the best 2 people for me to come to have the experience that I want to have. Because no matter what experiences I have, I just take the experience and be like, oh, that's what that felt like. But why does that not matter? Because I am before it, I am after it. And as I'm awakening here on this Saturday, I'm realizing more and more, as maybe it feels a little smaller, but I am here. And then next week, a little bigger. Next week, a little bigger. Next week, a little bigger. You start to wake up in the experience and you realize I am the whole time and I've always been. That no experience changes who I am. It doesn't change who I fundamentally am. It just changes what I'm experiencing. But who wants to go on the seesaw and it's just you? How is it? It's only a saw or a sea. There ain't no sea and saw, and it's only one person on there, right? So how are you going to have that experience? You can't. So you have to create opposites that allow you to have the balance of two so you can understand what the whole thing is about, the yes and the no. Why do you think yes feels so good when we're kids or even in life? Because we've all heard no. So yes feels like an accomplishment, right? Feels like, oh, that's nice. Or no, on the other hand, sometimes no feels better, but it's because we understand what the opposite has felt like in the same situation. Right? So we're here having experiences. Humanity calls them something else. Humanity makes them moral and ethical and this or that. It's not that. That's not truly what it is. That's just what you're experiencing in physical form, but that's not truly what it is. And what happens is we trauma bond, meaning we actually bond with the trauma. We start identifying ourselves with and as the trauma. And that's what makes it the issue that it is. When we remember who we are, we can say, well, that was just an experience. That's not who I am, though. I am. The same yesterday, today, and forever. So if I'm the same yesterday, today, and forever, that experience didn't change me being who I am. That was just an experience that I can say I liked or I didn't like, but I can go on and do something else. We have to understand that. We're identifying ourselves with our experiences. So now we say, I'm broke. I am sick. I am that. I am this. No, you're I am. Broke wasn't here before you. Sick wasn't here before you. So it can't make you anything. Only by identifying yourself with it and as it do you find yourself, do you either see that or do you see it that way? It all starts with who you are. This is the law of attraction and the law of assumption. All those things require the first law, which is consciousness. The law of being, I am. I am is the law. Everything else is what I am uses. But you're not really attracting anything the way people tell you are. The way people tell you you're attracting, they think like, oh, it's something out there that you got to bring to you. Or it's something out there that you got to go get. Or that you got to align yourself with in that sense. No, it is something you created. And as you define yourself, you're either using it or you're not. Or that's how you're using it or you're not. That's the experience you're having with it. The experience of having it or not. But you're not bringing anything from somewhere else. Think about it this way. On this earth, everything that's on this earth came from here. Are we bringing water from Mars over here? Anybody got a Kit Kat from Venus? Anybody got some J's from Pluto? Everything on this planet was on this planet, is on this planet. Everything is here. Everything is in your planet. Everything is already in you, on you. Creation's finished. You just haven't experienced it all yet. You're not experiencing it all at the same time, but it's already in you. And if you are willing to start identifying yourself as the thing you want to experience, you'll experience it. All right, next thing. Next. Question, comment?
You know, Coach Lucky, it's it's one of those things, you know, when we had we had one of our one-on-ones and literally you just talked the whole time. I was like, Okay. Got it. Goodbye. Like, I'm feeling like this right now. Like, what we gonna say? What we gonna say? You didn't say it all.
I want to hear from my old new friend, from my new old friend, Inga. That's right. That's right. That's right. My old new friend, my new old friend.
Who is speechless today. I'm when I say yeah, it's like as I'm thinking right now, it's just one of those things where I'm like, you have to actively, when I leave here, take it with me and just be consciously aware of the conversations, not, like not going to church and then just forgetting about it the rest of the week. Um, it's definitely changing, reframing my mind, and reminding me because I've always known, I've always felt it, and I've said even before, like attending these sessions and to my friends and stuff, I'm like, God didn't put it inside of me, this thought, this feeling, just for it to sit there. And this is that reminder, like it's not designed to sit there because it's a part of your genetics, like, and it's yours. As long as you believe it's yours and you will have it. So it has lightened the load. Like I certain things have started feeling uneasy a few months ago for me to where it's like this just doesn't feel natural anymore. It's not like I feel like I'm growing past it. And I just couldn't really put my finger on it. But being in these sessions, I'm like, that's it. Yes, that's what it is. Cause it's like I don't have to work for it. I don't, because it's there. It's already there and it's mine. So as some people say, I'm attracting it, but it's not that I'm attracting it because it's already mine. It's a part of who I am. So yeah, I'm just taking it all in.
That's so beautifully said. That's perfectly said. You're not attracting it because it's all yours. If you're attracting it, where is it? You're saying it's somewhere else and you wonder why you don't have it. Because you're believing that it's some people are teaching us that it's somewhere else. We're attracting it. Okay, so if I'm attracting it, where am I attracting it from? Where is it now? Then where is it? So then I'm saying that I don't have it now. Well, if I'm saying I don't have it now, then why am I upset that I don't have it? Right? It just started. It doesn't make any sense because you're I am or you're not. And if you're I am, then where is your stuff that you aren't? And so then your stuff has to be wherever you are. So then you can't be attracting it, right? It can't be the concept of it coming from somewhere else, right? And what you said about, just listening to yourself, being aware of like, yeah, this is not just in here for no reason. God, this is not your desire is not a bookmark. It's not just something to just take up space or just put a placeholder or something. No, it's like that is letting you know that there is a reality that Inga is doing that thing. And that desire is there to get you to choose that reality. But you have the free will to choose it or not. That's your free will. As Inga, as I am, believing itself to be Inga, playing the role of Inga, it is giving itself, Inga, the ability to say yes or no to what it created. Creation's finished. So you're just going through the grocery store and you have free will to choose what you do or don't. But everything in that store is yours. Like Auntie Shaky and I talked about on our call maybe about a month ago. If you own a liquor store and you're hungry and thirsty, what in there isn't yours to buy? Or not have to buy, just take. It's yours. You've already created. You're the owner of the thing. You own everything. You already paid for everything. So you're just like, I want a little snack. I'm going to take this and take this. Who's going to tell you no? Who's going to tell you what to pick or you can't pick? Right? So everything is already in you. And a lot of times we want to grow and not change. Like Monique said yesterday, we want to grow and not change. And that's not possible. If you're growing, you're changing. That's part of it. A flower grows, it changes. It changes the way it expresses itself. It goes from, closed like this, and it changes. It opens up. It's still the same thing, but it's opening up to more of itself. That's part of growth. So it changes the way it looks. So there's a lot of times that we grow, and a lot of times we want to grow and also not outgrow. And when you grow, there's some things you outgrow. And some of those are things, and some of those are people, some of those are places, some of those are some things that you weren't expecting to outgrow. There will be people in your life you outgrow. There will be groups that you're in that you outgrow. That just like you outgrew your shoes. You didn't think that was a sin, right? You didn't feel loyal to the shoes. Like, not if they're causing bunions and corns and my feet are crawled up in here. I'm not loyal to these things. That's not comfortable. It doesn't allow me to be healthy, right? And there's some things that we outgrow as we continue to know who we are. And the discomfort doesn't come from the growth. The discomfort comes from fighting the growth. We're fighting it. Let me stay here, but I owe him, but I owe her. Well, we've been together. Well, I've worked at this job. Well, okay, but if you want your feet to hurt, see, your awareness don't care nothing about your morals and your ethics. It is, because that's not the truth. That's just how you feel about an experience you're having. But the experience is temporary. It's not you. It's just an experience you're having. Right? Your back doesn't care about whether you're on a seesaw or on a jungle gym. If you fall off, it hurts. It doesn't care about the experience. It only cares about whether it happened or not. Right? So it's the same thing, right? When we grow, we want to grow without changing. Doesn't happen. And we also want to grow without growing. It doesn't happen. They are going to be just a disclaimer, so nobody sues me. If you do what we're talking about here, you're going to grow, and you're going to outgrow some things. Just be okay. Understand it. But it's not, because that thing, there is only one God. There is only one way to satisfy yourself. There's only one creator, and that is you giving it to yourself. That is you knowing that whatever you think that person can give you, guess who made that person? You. Guess who? That person made you and you made them. You're both I am. So that person can't give you anything. They just represent they just represent the physical awareness of that feeling. They make you feel a certain way, but that feeling you can generate or you can have within yourself without them. You outgrow some people, you outgrow some things, you outgrow some habits, tendencies, you outgrow some things, and you have to be okay with that. But trying to grow while staying the same, trying to grow while not outgrowing, then that's just suppression. And suppression and separation are the two biggest things that'll get you messed up. Suppressing your this, suppressing your that, and you end up driving yourself crazy. You end up messing yourself up, then you end up coming with all kind of psychological issues. Suppressing things, not knowing how to or having a proper way to eliminate that, right? To let the steam out, like a dryer vent or a car exhaust. It's a way to let the heat out so that it stays functioning properly based on action, right? Same thing, separation, thinking I'm one thing over here and I'm something somewhere else. I'm a successful partner, but I'm an unsuccessful business person. How does that work? Separation. And when we're in our calls and the groups, we talk about a concept called total congruence. Total congruence. Karen is actually good at that. Karen is like Karen has learned how to take a piece of bread and some mayonnaise on the corner and learn how to spread it all the way across the bread. Karen is good at taking something and spreading it. Karen, total congruence. Talk to the people, please.
You know, I'm glad to be here with you all. And practice does make perfect, but it's our recognition that we are perfect. And I totally understand the uncomfortability of change, but practice, I'm going to say this like the coach, I'm going to say it this way. Practice does make perfect, and that's what make it easy when you have that moment of what you used to do or how you used to think, and you quickly get rid of it. You don't agonize over it. You don't give it 5 more minutes. You just let it go. And letting it go and just letting you be is all there is. So, and the spread is because it's everywhere. It's everything. It's all that you encompass and all that encompasses you. So talking about spreading the mayonnaise, that's just an easy concept because I'm not going to be this here and then change it to that over there, especially now that I know who I am. So I will exit right off stage now and turn it over to someone else. But that's the ticket.
Wonderful, right? Wonderful. So it's good. This is why we're here. And this is why, you know, we talk, I ask you questions, ask you all questions in the middle. That's why sometimes I stop early like this, because this is your time now to give feedback. This is your time to ask questions or tell me what you think. You know, tell yourself, it's not about me, but this is where you get to make the information your own. This is where you get to put your own sauce on it and really understand it for yourself. Make it your own. Because when we go to so many other places, people just talk at us for 2 hours and we're just renting the information. Like Inga said, we close this thing, we close church, or we close the laptop, or we close, and then we've only rented the information. We haven't got a chance to interact with it, ask questions, ask follow-up questions. So a lot of times we just drop it, walk away, and thank God we win. It's wonderful. But by Tuesday, we're right back where we started. Because we don't own it. We don't know how to regenerate it anymore. We don't know how to call upon it. We don't know how to apply it because we didn't really get a chance to get a mastery of it by asking follow-up questions or asking, well, what do you mean? Or what does this mean? Or how does that work? Or whatever it is to you, right? So that when you close this thing, you're on your own, not in a negative way, but you're on your own. You are the way. You are the truth. You are the life. You are the creator of your reality. It's not someone else and other people. I tell people all the time, you are the most important person in your life. It's you. It's not your husband, your spouse, your wife, your daughter, your kids, your car, your boat, your money. It's you, because everything starts with you and you can only give what you have. In the beginning was I am, before heavens and earth. So in the beginning is Inga. In the beginning is Karen, meaning in your reality, you are the boss. You are the reality, and you can only give what you have, and you only have who you are. And so your life is not going to be any better. You're not going to do anything better for anything or anyone. Anything is not going to be better to you or for you than you. And so you have to constantly, consistently choose, who am I being? Who do I think I am? Who am I telling myself I am? And based on that, that's what I think about this thing. That's why I think I can, or that's why I think I can't. That's why I think money's this, or that's why I think it's that. That's why I think my business is this, or that's why I think it's that. It all first starts, but that is all based on first your concept of self, who you know yourself to be, like Karen said. So you can't be incongruent. I am the boss over here, but I'm getting beat down over there. How does that work? You either are or you're not, right? And thinking that you are and you're not, then you're not. You're not, right? This is either true or it's not. And that's why this is important for us to understand. And we hammer it over and over and over and over every week. We try to say it in different ways, right? To keep it interesting and to draw different, perspectives, to make it so that you can see it differently, the truth, but almost like turning an apple all the way around to make sure there's no bruises on it, so to speak. It's like looking at it from every angle so that you understand the whole thing, right? But it's only one apple. There's only one truth. There's only one God in all, above all, and through all. There's only one awareness through all of us. And we're just, that one awareness can believe itself to be this, can that, the other, but there's still only one doing it, right? So when we realize that we are that one, that we are the creator of our reality, then we can choose what reality we experience by how we identify ourselves. I'm the person whose business goes like this. I'm the person whose money goes like this. I'm the person whose health goes like this. I'm the person who I am. That I am is who I am. And the person, meaning I'm going to play the role of this, of success, of prosperity, of abundance, of victory, of effortless ease, of, making so much money, having so much fun, doing what I love to do, being in my right place, divinely happy, divinely prosper, divinely successful, right? That everything I set my hand to prospers, that money comes to me in all kinds of ways, effortlessly and easy, not to me, but actually from me, right? Like it's not something outside, but it's just actually coming from me to me, right? It's coming from my awareness to my physical expression. Called Karen, called Auntie Shaky, called Marco, called Garrett, right? That's where it's all coming from you. It's not outside of you, right? You are self-generating everything. You're the one with the gene, and you're the one operating the gene. You're the one growing the hair out of your head. It's automatic according to the idea. So what ideas are you entertaining? Are you, like Sarita said, are you ruminating on? That is what is becoming flesh. That's why it says, according to your faith, be it unto you. It's your faith, not their faith. So nobody can do anything to you or make you do this or make you not be that. Only you can do that. Whether you do it proactively or reactively, it's still you acting. you're still the one that's active. It's not without you. So you're the common denominator of every area of your life, every day of your life. That's why you're the creator. You're the one that goes with you every way. You're the every day, every way. You're the only one that will ever do that. Even if you had a twin, one of you were born first. You're still older, still younger. You're the only one that's going to be with you every second of every second of this experience. So you master yourself, you master the world. To your own self be, to that own self be true. Know thyself, right? The universe is mental, all is mind, all is consciousness. So you get to choose in this physical body what you're conscious of, what you're ideating, what your ideas are, what ideas you're germinating, making alive, plugging in, right? All right. Who's next?
When you talk about total congruence, it's an amazing thought process that most of us, if we're good at one thing, we kind of just focus on that. But making it, like I always say, checks in the mail, direct deposits come, and they still are. It's easier for me to say that because it really is. And then in other areas, it was a little practice. I'm getting there. But total congruence across the ball, across all lines for me is where I am. Okay. It's where I am. It's not where I'm striving to be. It's where I am. So that those checks in the mails is gonna come from the love I get, from the joy that brings. Like I always say, like multiple streams of all of it. So it's not in just one area I'm up here, and then in every other area I'm down here. Whatever it said, wherever I say it is, and I think Auntie Shaky said it best yesterday. Because I listened to the replay, of course. She said, I am God. I am the one who puts it in place. I am. And what I say go. And that's it. And that's across the board. It's God, listen, God is in me. We have the higher source, but He put it in us for a reason. So we are who we are in total congruence across the board. It doesn't matter like all the experiences that we allowed ourselves to have, all the experiences that we believed ourselves needing to have, good, bad, or indifferent. I am who I am right now, and this is what it is. Period. Total congruence across the board. So thank you. This is fire. You was definitely cooking with fire today. Like fire. Okay? All right, thank you.
Fuego.
There we go. Right. So that is a concept I want all of us to make sure we understand, because I know the group does, but total congruence. It means, well, you know what? I'll just shake it. I'll let you explain it.
I'm her. I'm her in every situation. In every situation. I'm her when I'm standing on somebody's stage and I am presenting. I am her when I am talking to my child. I am her when it's about my money. I am her when it comes to my health. Like I don't change. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm the boss in this area, how am I going to be a pauper in this situation over here? If I'm running the show over here, how am I gonna be begging for food over there? Total congruence means that I show up I am the same in every one of those situations. Because if I'm not, to your point, like what am I doing? It just becomes not confusion, but at some point in my experience, let me say my experience, all of this practicing of you not being her that you're doing over here is going to eventually spill out over here. And you're going to get your total congruence. And your total congruence is going to be you having nothing, you being I am not consistently versus being I am over here and then I am not over there. So that's what I got.
That's perfect. That's why it says, right, to him who has, even more will be given. To him who has not, even what they have will be taken. Because you're always in a state of I have or I don't, I am or I'm not. Always, right? You're always I am, but you're always believing yourself to be, you have the free will to choose which, like, do you really want to do that or do you want to believe you're not? But you're still I am, even if you're not, because you need I am to be I am not. So you're using the power just against yourself now. You're using the power to take from yourself now. The power gives and it takes. It creates the light and the darkness, right? It is, I am God. I do all these things, right? And once you understand, so we talked about it, like experience any level of success that you experience, it's like, okay, that lets me know that I'm capable of this thing. So whatever level I can see for myself, let me raise every other standard of my life up to this level. And then once I get to that and I see I've reached another thing, let me raise everything else up. Because ultimately you realize that everything is supposed to be, it's victory in all things. You have the victory in all things, not some things. You are I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. Not like on Tuesdays or you're off 9 to 5. This is not an employee situation. This is an ownership situation. And right, as an owner, since most of you are entrepreneurs, as an owner, you realize like your business is always on you. You can close the doors and go on vacation, but if something happens to the store or if something happens to your site, who they calling? You. You're never off because you're the owners. Like being a parent, you're never off, right? It doesn't matter if they're on your hand, if they're in your hand or on your heart. They're still your child. Doesn't matter if you're at work or at your business or at your building. You're still the owner. Being an employee means you come and go when you want. You call in sick. Well, maybe I don't feel like it. Well, there's no more. Well, I just thought. But as the owner, you realize it's all on you all the time. So when you're playing this game as the owner of, well, I own, but now I'm just going to earn, I own, and now I'm just going to earn, like you're playing this I am not thing. And to Auntie Shakey's point, it's true. You're going to mess around and lose everything. Because you can't be both. And you're always going to default to the one that you are being the most. And whichever one you're being the most, that's what you're going to get. And if you are willing to entertain I am not, knowing that you're I am, you are already messing up. You are already setting yourself off the wrong way. No owner walks into the store and thinks the manager is the most important person now. Who does that? So why would you ever identify yourself as the manager or say like, oh, the manager is now more important than me because what? They're here longer than you? They're only justified by their labor. You're justified by your thinking because you're the owner. Just like you walk in and be like, you say, hey, I ain't paying you to sit down. The manager can't tell you that. You can go in there and lay in the middle of the floor and make everybody walk around you. You're the owner. You're not justified by your labor or how often you show up. You're justified by your thinking. You're the one that created the plan. You're the one whose business this name is in. You are the owner. You have to think in your life, you think as the owner. Now, sometimes as an owner, you realize I may have to act as an employee for a minute. I may have to step in and fill a role. I may have to help paint the fence but I'm doing that from being an owner. I realize that this is what's necessary. But I'm not justifying myself by my labor. I'm justifying my labor by my ownership because I realize my labor is necessary because I own. And I realize that this is what's necessary to keep this business going in this moment. But I'm not justifying my ownership by my labor. Right? It's the same thing. You are the owner. And a lot of people show up next week. I advise you to. But a lot of owners have a problem being successful because they think like earners. They think like employees. They don't think like owners. All the paperwork is in your name, but you don't have any authority. You don't exercise any authority. You don't think with any authority. You don't think from the level of an owner. You have the paperwork of an owner, but you act like an earner. And so everything for you is always going to be about how hard you work, how much you do, how long you stayed, how many people you called. You're always basing everything out of the physical as an earner, as an employee. And the owners don't act like that. You think Jeff Bezos up there packaging Amazon packets? You think he's up there, got to get it out in an hour. You think he's up there sweating with a headband on, a do-rag or a bonnet on, talking about, hey, let me get this out, hurry up. No, he's not out there. He's the owner. But he has set up all the things that the earners do. And I remember seeing him when he first came out. I was like, what? And he's in a little cubicle, combing his little hair to the side and everything like that up there in Seattle in a little cubicle. And look at it now, right? So it doesn't mean that you don't have any physical effort applied, but everything is always out of the state of the consciousness of ownership, not earnership. Only the earners think like earners. Only the laborers are justified by their labor. As an owner, you're justified by the way you think. Are you thinking this out? Are you making sure everything is the way it's supposed to be? Right? That is your role. Right? Yes.
I know the answer to this, but I just want to put this out here. Or maybe I don't. Yes, I do, because I know all things. Sometimes people can hear what you're saying and mean and think do nothing. Because I found myself in that place of just sitting here and just waiting for it all to come to me. And it was interesting because I was having a conversation with my husband today, and I said, no, that doesn't mean you sit here and do nothing, because does the boss do nothing? Like, the boss literally doesn't do anything. And so it took me to, and I'm sitting up here, okay, well, God did all these things before he rested. What did it say? He made man, he put the flowers and the birds in the sky. He did all of these things, and then he rested. Well, my resting is already done. Like, that's done. The finished product is already done. But I get to create in the meantime. I get to walk through this process in the meantime and enjoy the experience of what I've created. Does that make sense? So that doesn't mean that I don't call people. It doesn't mean I can create content because I want to create content because I think it's fun to create content. But I'm not doing it because I believe this is the only reason why my business will prosper, because I'm creating content. Because I can still grow a successful business without creating content. So, that's the question.
So let me clarify for everyone. Okay, let's take it back to the beginning of the class. What is the one word we've been talking about today? What was the word of the day if we had a word?
Genes.
Gene.
Gene.
Okay. So is this physical or not?
The gene is physical.
Physical.
So can you see it or not?
No, you can't see gene.
So let's just say, so you can't see it. Okay. So, but genes create. What do they create?
Features, attributes, things you can see.
Things you can see. So you can't see, but it creates things you can see. So then you say to yourself, okay, well, my ideas create the things I can see. So my ideas are invisible, just like my genes, but they create the things that I see. So then it's not that we think, yes, creation is finished, but we're always creating by choosing. We're choosing from all that already exists. So now when we say what you're saying is, no, I don't have to do anything because I already am everything. I already have everything. I'm all that is. I'm all there is. So when I am creating content, I'm not creating content to be. I'm creating content because I already am. I'm creating because I already am. I'm not creating to become. Because if I'm creating to become, who am I while I'm creating? I'm not. So I'm creating as I am not. So the gene is I am not. The idea is I am not. So then I am not is creating the things I can see. So can't you see why or when or how you're broke or sick or not successful? Because I am not is creating. So we're not creating content to be or to become. We create content because we already are, as we already are. That's why I tell you, your actions don't create anything. They only co-sign who you're being. They're only expressing who you're being. You're already being something. I am or I am not. And the content you're creating is being created by that gene. So if your gene says, I have black hair, what do you think is going to come out of your head? Right? So then what are you going to do? What are you going to do to get the hair coming out of your head to be blonde? Don't you have to change your gene?
Gotcha.
If you want it to come from inside of you, right? You have to change the inside. So then that means you have to change the gene. So it's the same thing. If you want to change what you see outside, you have to change the idea. You have to entertain the idea. You have to ruminate, as Sarita said. You have to ruminate. You have to entertain the idea of success, not the idea of becoming or of one day going to be. You now entertain, you ruminate, you now say, I'm going to choose. That is creation now. Creation now is choosing. As the gene, right? That was creation, was all created. Now that creation is finished, creation in humanity is choosing from creation, choosing from all that exists. So now I'm going to choose the gene that will express my desired experience. The gene does that. The gene you can't see. So what do you think you're going to do that you can see that's going to cause blonde hair or black hair? What do you think you're going to do or you're doing? You're not doing anything except what you've already done, which was choose. The gene does the work. It's my Father in me doing the work. The gene in you is doing the work. It is the one. So yeah, now you're not creating black hair or blonde hair because you're combing it, because you're putting spray on it, because you're doing whatever. You're not creating that. You're just managing what was created, right? So your brain is combing the hair, but your I amness is creating the hair. You have to separate the two. You have to know your brain, your actions don't do anything but manage the reality or the creation that's already done. So what you want to do is choose what reality you want to experience. What gene am I going to choose? What idea do I want to choose to express as my experience in the physical world? So I'm not creating content to go viral. I'm already viral. Auntie Shaky, you and I had this conversation we were talking about your son playing basketball, right? Like I used to and like he does. And we talked about the MVP. What did we say?
Wait a minute.
We hear you.
That you can't be you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing and then they make you MVP. No, there were things that you did along the way and then you were honored as MVP. It's not a participation award. It's it's a collaboration of things that you did throughout the season that you were awarded MVP.
So then when were you the MVP?
I was the MVP before I was the MVP.
You were the MVP before you got the award.
Before I got the award.
You think you're viral? What's the difference? Isn't viral an award? Let's just say. Isn't viral the celebration of an outcome? So then if you had to play like the MVP in order for people to call you the MVP, then you already have to be viral in order to go viral. That's what I mean. It's not what you do that makes you what you are. It's what you are that makes you do what you do. And why I say you don't have to do anything, meaning it doesn't matter what you do if you're not the MVP. There's other people in the league that are playing, they didn't get the MVP. So then what? So how is it based on doing? It has to be based on being, because that person played better or played the best. So that means they were working off of an idea. That idea was being expressed or executed in their body. They used their body to express themselves, their idea of being something. So then you can't do something to be. You be whatever you're doing based on who you're being. So the being is always first. And what happens is, especially in business circles, they invert them, they flip them, and they tell you to go out there and do so that you can be or so that you can become. And that is the hard way, the long way, and the wrong way. You can't say, give me the MVP first and then I'll play. You can't say, show me viral and then I'll go viral. No, you be, so then you are, so then you act. And then what do I say? And whatever you call yourself, it'll take a minute, a second, an hour, a month, a year, but people will eventually call you the same thing you first started calling yourself. So you were already the MVP before they gave you the award. They only gave you what they were being, but when did they give it to you? When did they give it to you?
They gave it to you at the end.
So when do you think you're going to go? When do you think you're going to be a millionaire? When do you think your relationship is going to be better? In the end, meaning you're only going to see it in the end if you are already it before. You have to be it in order to see it. You can't say, give me the MVP and I'll play like it. Well, then how do you think you're going to well, give me viral and then I'll go viral? No. Viral is a reflection of you. MVP is a reflection of your play. So that means you already had to be it in order to have it in your hand. You already had to be it. That's how you get the award. That's how you get the money. You already have it, but it's an expression of self. So you can't express yourself if that's not who you're being. If I am unwilling to see myself as the MVP, how do I play like it? And if I can't play like it, how do I get the award? So then how do I get the award if I don't play like it? But how do I play like it if I don't think like it? So how am I going to get the award? How am I going to get this client to buy something and I don't think of myself as a seller who can sell anything and everybody wants to buy from me? How are they going to buy it? They don't see me that way. I don't see me that way. It says, I don't see me that way. I don't perform that way. It says, I don't perform that way. They don't see me that way. But then I'll blame it on them. They don't want to buy nothing. They just cheap. They just stingy. It's the economy. I would show up next week if I were you guys. But that's another point. That's the point. You get the MVP trophy after you play an MVP season, and you play an MVP season after you are the MVP. After you are the MVP. Did nobody call you that first? You played in a way where they didn't have no choice but to call you that. Well, do you sell in a way where they have no choice but to buy it? Is that who you're being so much that it's just, they just have? Nobody has a problem going to the games. Nobody has a problem paying their money, parking, tickets, clapping on a work night, a school night, clapping for somebody they don't even know. What do you mean? And at least they got to speak to you face to face and they won't buy nothing from you. Don't nobody get to go to the game to see LeBron and hug and laugh afterward? But they paying to see him play. So then why won't they? I would suggest you guys show up next week. But that's the point. You can do anything. But you have to be the MVP before you play like the MVP. Your actions are expressing your awareness of being. That's the point. It's not don't do anything. It's don't do it out of order. Don't think you're not the MVP and you're going to play like the MVP. And don't think just because you're not the MVP that you think your effort is going to make you the MVP. It's not. Your effort is only the expression of your awareness. That's my point. So it's not about not doing anything. It's understanding that you're always doing something from a state or place of awareness that comes first. That is what's dictating your actions and their outcome, not your effort. It is awareness that does it, not effort.
So first of all, that's viral. That right there is viral.
It is. That's what it is. That's what I want you to understand. It's not your effort. It is your awareness. Because your awareness is the one that's driving your effort. It is the one that's, what it say? What did God say? I prosper all the work of your hands. Who is I? I is I am. Your awareness is prospering the work of your hands. It is making sure that what you are believing to be true is physically reflected. You're doing everything from that belief. That is the gene. That's why the blonde hair is coming out or the black hair is coming out. That's why you got the skin you have. It is a gene. It is an idea made flesh. When you have the idea of I am the MVP, you are going to now use your body to be out there MVPing. And then guess what? Everybody else at the end will call you the same thing, that because let me give you guys this one example one more time and we'll be gone, and then I'll let Veronica say anything she wants to say. And then I want you guys to see this. So if you guys are still watching, look at the board. Watch the board. I am. Let's just say MVP. This is me. This is me. This is who I am being. Now, that goes to the physical world. This is consciousness. This is I am. This is who I am being. Now, because of who I'm being, I now am expressing that. I'm expressing. I am executing. This is the Father. This is the Son, the daughter. This is the expression of that. Your physical actions are expressions of your awareness. They are not creators of it.
Run back there and go behind the couch.
Your consciousness says, okay, I'm aware of being something. Now let me express it. This is your filter. This is your business. These are your relationships. These are all of these things. They're using these physical things to express what it's aware of being. So I am the MVP. I'm going to express what I play. And then as a result of that, the people, the outcome, the customer, whoever's on the other, whoever's experiencing you is going to say, wow, they're going to look at this thing. So because I am, I do. Well, because I am on the other side, I look at what you do and I call it the same thing you do. Because I am, I do. Because you did, I see it, and I call it the same thing that you called it. I called it this in awareness, so I physically acted like it. Because I physically acted like it, the people over here saw it, and they identified it the same way that I did because of what I did. And so they call me MVP like I did. That's the way that works. People are going to call you what you first call yourself. Because whatever you call yourself, you're going to act out, and whatever they see you act out, they're going to identify it the same way that you did. It's perfect. This is the alpha, and this is the omega. One and the same. I suggest you show up next week. It's wonderful. All right. Questions, comments, anything? I know it's late, so I'll let you guys get off. But yes, question.
I do have a question. Vera, can I go?
Yes.
Is it my
Yes.
time?
Yes. Sorry. Sorry.
Hey, Coach Lucky. So following this analogy about the MVP, right? Like I am the MVP. I do the MVP thing. And then, can you hear me? Okay. Yes. Okay. I am the MVP. I do the MVP things. And then the outside world sees all my things. And they're like, wow, you are the MVP. So I get the award. So how do I manage the time between they recognize who I am and me continuing to be who I am? Because at some point, I'm telling myself I'm the MVP, but if they never give me the award, then how do I manage that space? You understand the question?
Yes. So you believe that there is a they. Okay. There is a they that's independent of you. And if that were true, you could not be the creator of your own reality. You can't have one or the other. What you have to understand is they are only thinking what you think. Everybody is operating in their own independent realities. Well, this is a little bit longer, and so I can't go into it too much, but I want you to understand something. That as soon as you tell yourself, as soon as you say, let there be light, there was light. It's already true. You don't need anybody to justify it to be true. You don't need anybody to validate it to be true. The justification and validation on this end is not a discussion. Think about it this way. When they nominate you to be MVP, did they talk to you about it?
No,
Did they ask you, do you want to be MVP?
no.
So then they don't really matter because they're showing you that they're not having a discussion with you. You're not having a discussion with them. You are thinking of yourself a certain way so that you play a certain way so that this is not a discussion. This is not arbitration. This is inevitable. They don't have a choice. So then you're not making it based on what they tell you, when they tell you. You already know yourself to be something. And that's all that matters. It is inevitable. It is the law. It is how it works. You are the Alpha and the Omega. You are it. So you walk through every day knowing that you're the MVP. The only thing you have to do is stay faithful to your arrangement, to your awareness. I'm aware of being the MVP, but that is an inner awareness. You didn't talk to them. They didn't talk to you. So it's an inner awareness, which means whatever I have is based on my inner agreement. So my inner agreement is all that matters. It's the only thing necessary to get me my external expression. I can't be it and play like it and they call me something else. It's not possible. So then I'm never worried about them. They are inevitable. All my concern is, what have I claimed myself to be inwardly as I am? Whatever I say I am and I remain faithful to, right? I remain faithful to my inner arrangement, then the external world has no say to change that, to choose that. That's why they don't ask you. They nominate you in secret, right? They don't say, all you know is at the end is they call you what you called yourself. They don't ask you. They don't get you involved. They all take votes. They think they're doing something, but they're not. This is, you are the seller. This is the buyer. As much as you want to sell, they want to buy. You're really one. You're just two sides of the same coin. So you're not making them do anything. They're only the other side of the coin. And the coin, the one thing is the MVP. There's a heads, let's say, which is you, and there's a tails, which you say is them. But there is no them. The tails and the heads are on the same coin. The coin is the MVP. Who decided MVP? I am. Your I am and their I am. So what you say, they are just echoing.
Okay, so how does that work in a practical situation? Like, if I say I am the millionaire, I'm the millionaire. I am, and I'm functioning, and I'm doing the things that millionaires do, and it is inevitable that that is true. But at some point, how do I manage that time before I see the inevitable? Does that make sense?
Yes, because you remain aware that what you tell yourself is true is true. You're walking by faith and not by sight. You can't be aware of two things. I can't see through your eyes, right?
Right.
So and why is that?
Because they're mine.
Right. Because I'm not you, right? So
right.
If you are a millionaire, how can you see that you are not? How can you be how can you say, well, in the time until I see it, but you're only seeing who you're being.
Mm.
You said I am a millionaire, right? Let's say.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I am a millionaire, I am a millionaire, right?
Yeah.
Then when you're at a stoplight and you are seeing a boy on a bike ride his bike across the front of your car, who is looking at that boy on the bike?
The millionaire.
Right. So you see everything as a millionaire. So then what are you talking to me about some time in between for? I understand the question, but I'm giving you an answer. How can there be a time in between when you already are?
Okay, I get that. I guess maybe it is now, because I feel like we look for the evidence of that truth, right? Because we're looking for the $1 million stack as the evidence that I am who I say I am.
Correct.
Or we're looking for that relationship to get better because I am the kind person I say I am. We're looking for the evidence. So help me put that in my mind. Like, what does the evidence mean?
The evidence is produced by your identity. And when you are looking for evidence, then you're not the identity. So if you're not the identity, you never see the evidence.
Okay.
The answer is in your identity. When you are a millionaire, what you see is as a millionaire, and how you perceive your world is as a millionaire. So then all of your actions are a millionaire. So whatever actions you take are out of the state that you are currently perceiving yourself in to be or as.
Mm-hmm.
So then if you're perceiving yourself to be that, if you're perceiving yourself to be that, this is Christina, right?
Yes.
Yes. So when you're at that light, you are Christina, right?
Yeah.
When you're in a bad mood, you're Christina, right?
Yes.
When you're in a good mood, you're Christina, right?
Yes.
When you're waiting to get paid, you're Christina, right?
Yes.
So then how come you don't need evidence to be Christina? Because you've identified yourself as Christina so long ago, so often, that you know you're Christina and the outside world doesn't get to tell you who you are. And so you're not waiting to be. You already are, no matter what you see.
Okay.
And I understand your question. It's a perfectly valid question. This is one of the things that we have to learn in this way of living, is that who you're being is not only what you see, but it's also how you see things. And when you say, I am a millionaire, so what do I have to do in the meantime? You are Christina. So what do you have to do in the meantime to be Christina?
I just do what I want to do because that's what I want to do.
Because what?
Because I am Christina, period.
Because you are Christina. It does not based on what you do. It's based on who you are. And so you don't base who you are on what you do, because you know everything you do is because of who you are.
Yes.
Well, there's no difference between Christina and a millionaire. Millionaire is a state. Just like Christina is a state that I am as occupied and gave life to, breathed the breath of life into. So then you say, I am Christina. I am and the state are one. State is a millionaire. So I am, and then I am says, okay, millionaire. So I'm going to occupy the state of millionaire. So I am a millionaire. So everything I do is as a millionaire. So how could I not be it? So what am I waiting for?
Mm-hmm.
There is no waiting. That is when we don't know who we are, or we think that we have to have the physical world has nothing to show you. It only reflects you.
Okay.
So it is going to call you the MVP after you call yourself that. And if you are the MVP, then every day you play so often as the MVP, that's what they call you. That's why they call you that. So you're not waiting for the award. You're playing like the award. That's how you got the award.
Mm-hmm.
When people see you, they're like, that's an MVP. Not because you talked to them about it, not because you asked them about it, not because you paid them off, and not because did you wait to play like an MVP?
No.
No. So then there's no waiting. So then you can't wait to be a millionaire as well in this example. You either are or you're not. You're an MVP and you play like it. You're not waiting for anybody to give you the award. The award is inevitable because you're playing like it, but you're playing like it because you're not waiting, and you're not waiting because you're being.
Right. Because I don't wait for people to validate I'm Christina. I am, whether you validate it or not.
Correct. See, so Christina, and what you have to understand is Christina and millionaire are the same thing. They're just a state that I am indwells or embodies and makes alive. And therefore, every action it does is because it's a millionaire or because it's Christina. Because Christina and millionaire are not different. They're the same.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. That's why I want you to participate. That's why I want you to ask questions, because I want you to understand it. I'm glad you asked, because we don't get to do this most places we go. We just sit there and let somebody yell at us and tell us we need to do this or be better, but we don't ever get to ask follow-up questions to make it digestible, to make it so when you get cut off this call, you own it. You're like, okay, I understand that. I own that information. I can see how that works. Now I'm gonna put my sauce on it. I'm gonna make that work for me. And it says I understand it well enough to apply it. So I'm glad you asked, and I'm glad you asked follow-up questions, and I'm glad you said explain it, because that's what everybody should be doing that you're listening to. Make sure that people explain things to you so that you can own the information that you're going to pay for or you're sitting in front of. Otherwise, you're just renting it. It feels good for a moment, and you got nothing 3 days later. So thank you for asking, and thank you for following up until you felt like you got a sufficient answer. Yeah, we don't have all day, but that's why we're here. is to not just get the information, but to understand it well enough to apply it, because you have to be a doer of the word, not a hearer only. Doesn't matter how good this sounds. It doesn't matter if you don't believe it. You won't get the benefit of it, whether you believe it or don't, or whether you like it or don't, if you don't apply it. You'll never know. And most people are hearers and not doers. And that's why they don't have anything. But they don't know how to be doers because they don't understand it well enough. They don't ask the questions that you're asking and following up, and not just taking the first answer and not being combative or argumentative, but you want to know, no, okay, well, help me understand. Okay, well, what does that mean? Well, that's how you learn. That's how we learn. So thank you for the question. Thank you for the question. It was perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Well, Coach Lucky, I just want to say I am super excited about next week. Oh my goodness. You guys, next week, next Wednesday and Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Be sure to register at the link that I just posted. If you already registered, re-register at this at the link again. We just were doing some things on the back end, and so you need to re-register. But yeah, I'm super excited. Oh, and invite a friend. Y'all don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. Invite people.
All right, wonderful. And thank you again, Christina, for that. That's what this call is about. That's what this class is about. It's about really getting the information, like you said, to live it in real time, like real things. Like, how do I get my bread, my health, my this or that? I'm so glad that you asked, because it gives us all an understanding of how to apply the information, how to use this, how to live this lifestyle this way. That's what this is about. So thank you for that. It's wonderful.
I think you're right too, because I think we'd be missing that one little piece, that one little connection, and that's how we end up in Tuesday.
Yes. Yes. And that's why I'm so glad that you kept coming till you got it. You know, at least enough for today, but that you got it, because you are the MVP. So you play like it. You don't wait to play like the MVP if that's who you are. You don't wait to be Christina, like, well, let me see if I'm gonna be Christina today. No, everything you do is Christina, whether you like it or not, want it or not, believe it or not. Everybody sees you as Christina. You go to the bank, you're Christina. You go to Safeway, you're Christina. You go to work, you're Christina. You deal with clients, you're Christina. So then it doesn't matter, right? Unless you're gonna change your name, you are until you do. Right? So everything you do is because of who you are. And everything you do is because of who you are. So understand that. So when you decide, well, if everything I do is because of who I am, then let me decide who I am. And if I decide I'm the MVP, then everything I do is as the MVP. So I'm not waiting for nobody to tell me I am. I'm not waiting for nobody. There is no waiting. How can I wait if I already am? And I am. As soon as I say I'm the MVP, it's right now. God is I am, not I'm going to be, not next week, not next month, not when they say, not, it has nothing to do with them. They, eat, it, shit, this, that, right? Has nothing to do with any of that. I didn't mean to say that actually came out that way, but I was trying to say he, she, it, but you understand, right? So yes.
I was gonna say, it's not even like you to say that.
Yes. All right.
Keep us on our toes. Awesome. Well, we're over here like 30 minutes over, and you got to be somewhere in less than 30 minutes. So you guys know I be hating, and I got to cut this short. Today was another wonderful, wonderful session. You guys, we will be emailing the link to sign up. If you don't get a chance to sign up right now, okay, no problem. Make sure you're subscribed with us though. Also, yeah, honestly, that's all I'm gonna do. Call to action today is only next week's session. We're gonna leave it at that because you don't want to miss out on that. He gave us a little preview of it today, but it's gonna be fire next week, y'all.
Oh, and then June 13th.
Oh yes, and your mic went out, but I heard you because I can hear you from downstairs. Not next week, the week after, June 13th. We are actually going to have this session in the afternoon. It's going to be 6 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. We'll send out emails and remind you again next week. But just so you know, we have to shift the times because Lucky got things to do that are important too.
I got somewhere to be. Have to be early in the morning.
Oh, we can't hear you. Did you turn it off? So basically, he has somewhere to be early in the morning for his daughter. So we're going to shift the time. We want to make sure we still do a Saturday call and him still do his daddy duties because, you know, that's important too.
Just for that week.
And yeah, just for that week, just for that one day. We can't hear you. I don't know what's happening. It went out. but that means it's time to go. It's time to go. And then we'll be in Atlanta the 4th of July weekend. We're trying to see if we can do something. You can hear him? I can. Maybe it's my speaker. We're gonna see if possible, not a promise, if we can do something live. But we'll keep you guys we'll inform you all if we can.
Hey, I don't mind getting down in a park. I don't really care. Be out there with some benches, and we don't have to do anything. But I'm just saying, I don't mind getting down.
Right, but we have to be able to stream it.
I don't know. We'll stream it. Just hold your hand up. So that's perfect. They're wonderful, but yeah.
I can't with you.
All right. Happy Saturday, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. It was great.
Yes, it was.
As
Thank you, Coach
usual.
Lucky.
As always.
Yes, thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Have a great week. Remember who you are. Be a doer, not a hearer only, and prove what is that good and acceptable will of God, right? Every time. Right? So get out there. Victory only, victory.
Let's play. It's Tuesday.
Right. That's right.